Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I always love nights like this. You know, you do realize just how much fun it really is when you have your co-host sitting beside you. And unfortunately, tonight, that's not going to be the case. But you still have me, your boy Bill, and this is our Thirsty Thursday Sports Night. Going on a little late. It's just been again one of those evenings. It's all good, though. We are going to run it. We have a lot to talk about, honestly, and I'm already seeing a few people up there. What's going on, Bobby and my boy Blue? But before we get started, keeping Grove City hydrated, one drink at a time, and show some love. Beverage. And on that note, I will actually get the ticker going, and we'll see where we go from here. Boom. So if you've been hiding under or living under a rock and not paid any attention to the what they've been referring to as the free agency frenzy, a lot of moves. None really as extravagant as last year, but still, a lot of questions were raised, a lot of questions were answered, and more than its fair share of what's going on, Jason. Questions and controversies have come up. One of the big trades was Sam Darnold is now with the Seahawks, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to go back in actually and make sure so I don't make too much of a fool of myself. And we will get the some of the big ones up and out of the way. But I am getting messages already. So bear in mind, guys, I am by myself. So on here is going to be a little bit more trying when I'm actually trying to talk. So without further ado, let us start off with somebody that the Steelers needed to get a hold of I thought would have been a good fit for the Steelers, but yeah, it is official. He did end up going to the Seattle Seahawks, and that was after the Seahawks went ahead and got rid of or released and let him run to Pittsburgh, and we ended up picking up DK Metcalf. So again, questions raised, some answered. I'm going to start off actually with our boys first. I feel like what Pittsburgh did this one of the big moves, somewhat answering the quarterback question, but I still don't see this being a solid. This is how we're going to go forward from here on out. But yeah, we did pick back up Mason Rudolph, so he is now a Pittsburgh Steeler again after spending some time down there in Tennessee. Yes, Jason, it is official. He has signed a 2-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we picked up, as I said already, we picked up DK Metcalf, Darius Slay from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to be honest. If by some miracle we end up advancing through the playoffs and even making the Super Bowl, I'm going to venture a guess and say that we have to thank Philadelphia for a lot of it. So we did fill in some spots on defense. We picked up yet another one from Baltimore to go with Patrick Queen. We let go of Elandon Roberts, and let me see this gentleman's name so I can remember. I know his last name's Harrison, but I want to double check just to make sure. All right. So let's say Harrison. No, we did not pick him up. Oh, this is where my boy is actually. He's more Johnny on the spot with this one, but let's just say did the Steelers. I actually had all my notes and everything, but things have been so crazy right now that I didn't fill everything out. So bear with me, everybody. Aha, there was another big one from the Philadelphia Eagles. We did get Kenneth Gainwell. So we let loose Najee Harris. And good luck to Najee over there in Chargers land. But we pick up Kenneth Gainwell, who is actually, I like it. I feel he's a little more mobile than what Najee was. Najee was more of a straightforward. If you wanted to, if you were wanting those extra few yards, just slam it right up the middle, then I mean he was the guy. But just way too. You couldn't. What's a good way to put it? Inconsistent would be a good way to go. He was very inconsistent. I'm a big fan of Najee. He did gain us 1,000 yards every season he was there. You know, all 4 years. all 4 seasons. Get myself a little calm down. But still, when we absolutely needed him, honestly, he at the end of the day, he just did not produce. So yeah, I'm trying to. It is I know the last name's Harrison. I can't remember because it was one of those ones that was announced, but then kind of stayed under the radar. He's So let's just go Harrison, linebacker, Baltimore. Yes, Malik Harrison. That's what it is. So we filled yet another spot in the. I did like Landon Roberts, but at the end of the day, Patrick Queen actually had more stops, more tackles at the end of the day. Landon Roberts did. He was a bit of a threat up the middle, which the Steelers are notorious for letting plays up the middle go, whether it be short passes. Their run, stopping the run is just not something we're known for at this point. So, but with Darius Slay out there to help Joey Porter Jr. and Fitzpatrick, he's a veteran who I think can help kind of mold JPJ just a little bit more. Harrison coming from Baltimore. We have Patrick Queen last year from Baltimore. 2 people that know each other, already have that camaraderie. Fills kind of another gap. We still weren't the best at stopping it up the middle, but you could see a difference. So between bringing back Mason, I do like that. I was somewhat of a fan wanting to keep Russell Wilson on because he has experience throwing to DK Metcalf. So again, there would have been that little bit of camaraderie there. I'll tell you what, if signs are pointing that we're going to pick up either a running back or a quarterback, and when they when they sign on the running back from the Eagles, that kind of takes out the whole, hey, we're going to pick up a running back. And the running back from North Carolina has been associated with him, the Tar Heel, and then Genty from Boise State was another one that people kind of, was predicting we'd pick up. There was a possibility of us getting a cornerback as well, but I think they just filled that spot with Darius Slay coming over from Philadelphia. So signs are kind of pointing that we're really going to go with a quarterback. And I'm kind of excited because somebody that really, I watched a lot of the combine, mainly the quarterbacks. Now, I still stand behind the fact I don't think we have a lot of quote unquote first rounders this draft class. Do I think there's going to be some playmakers? There's always that diamond in the rough, but I'm going to call it out right now. I would love to see Jackson Dart from Ole Miss come up to the Steelers, and I don't think he's going to go. I don't predict he'll go early on. He's, you got Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Hunter. There's a lot of other names that I feel are going to go first. And teams looking for quarterbacks are starting to dwindle a little bit. I am just 100% through the roof that we did not jump all over. And there was a big rumor about Aaron Rodgers, but I was actually joking around with a friend of mine earlier, and both of us agreed that if Aaron Rodgers came to Pittsburgh, this season was going to be a I would definitely be rooting for Philadelphia. Yeah, I'll go the other side of PA for this one. But I mean, he's still in the talks with the Steelers, I guess. But he's also in talks with the Giants. Um, honestly, this free agency was not as extravagant as last year's, and honestly, last year the winner, in my opinion, was Philadelphia when they picked up Saquon. And I'm sure you heard my co-host; he is just constantly raving about Saquon Barkley. So at the end of the day, it's kind of one of those. I like what we've done. They're kind of giving me a little bit of hope. Um, there's certain ways they can go. No, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is. He's definitely not a pick for us. He 42 years old. I don't think he's just. I don't think his head's in the game anymore. I don't. He's definitely going to be a. He's a Hall of Famer. There's a spot in Canton just waiting for him. But as far as his playing days, he might have a little bit left in the tank, but he is definitely not a suit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, come to think of it, with all these other teams out there wanting a quarterback, needing a quarterback, I'm not seeing it as a. Uh, I mean, if it's taking this long for people to come up with a deal, I would have thought already that, when he was released yesterday to free agency, um, if there was a huge demand for him, they would have done it already. And we're a little over a month away from the draft. I still stand behind it. So if anybody out there, I'm willing to hear what you got to say on the subject, but I do not think. I really don't think that. I don't think we're looking too bad for the season coming up. We're slowly building towards. Um, I'll tell you guys the same thing I tell my son, and he agrees with me. I'm absolutely fed up with sitting down and watching my boys and just constantly being on the edge of the seat. Are they gonna, okay, we're ahead. Oh wait, we're letting them catch back up. And I'd like to be able to sit down and watch a game where we thoroughly win with no threat that we're going to lose. Um, I want to be able to sit down and say if we lose, it's because hey, the other team was better this time. Not okay. What are we going to do? How are we going to screw it up? What are we going to do on defense? It's just each season gets harder and harder to watch anymore. It really does. So that's all I got to say about that. But there's been some moves outside of the Steelers organization. Like I said, if the Steelers win, we have a lot to thank, or we have to give a lot of thanks to Philadelphia. And to me, that's the weird one. Why would Philadelphia, um, after winning the Super Bowl, there's talks of dynasty, which way too early, guys, to be talking about a dynasty. When you got a super fan like my buddy, um, it's understandable. You get excited. You want to hear. You want to. You want to think that your boys are going to um, just continue on. You're going to win the Super Bowl every year. But now they got rid of Darius Slay. Interested in seeing how they replace him. What was it? Josh Sweat, if I'm not mistaken, one of their top linebackers. They got rid of him as well. So yeah, Josh Sweat, their defensive end. I apologize, their defensive end. Um, where did he? Where did he end up? They let him go to Arizona, and that was definitely a what's up, GQ? Good to see you, brother. I got GQ tonight. It's not Edward. Um, they let go of their number 2 back. He went to us. You got rid of of Sweat. You got rid of Slay. I think there was a couple others. I have to go back and I'll double check on it. But I mean, for a Super Bowl team to turn around and drop playmakers doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, it's just mm. No, that's one of those. I mean, I myself have kind of thought and sat and I tried to talk to my boy Blue here or Steve, and a lot of it didn't make any sense. Mm. You know, maybe it could be partially me. I didn't think he was all that. You know, I'm not the biggest Philadelphia fan. Do I still stand behind them because yes, they are Pennsylvania, but um, I don't know. Maybe it's that rivalry in me. You know, we had so much fun with each other throughout the season, and man, I'm going to be honest, man. I'm not very impressed with what Philadelphia did, and I don't have high hopes. I mean, yeah, you got Saquon, but I mean, at the same time, we've got pound for pound the best defensive player on our team, and does he win games for us? Oh, yes, he does. But you can't fully rely on just that one person. So I don't know. I didn't see a lot of other teams really trying to, like I had mentioned earlier about possibly Dallas being a sleeper team. I think they were gonna, with them restructuring all the different um, contracts and stuff, they were looking to kind of rebuild and start over, and they had their eye on some people, and um, I mean, Demarcus Lawrence signs with Seahawks. Dallas Cowboys trade for Buffalo Bills quarterback or cornerback Elam. Wow. So I mean, they really didn't. I mean, they made some moves, but I think over the years I've learned one thing, and that's you've got a better chance to rebuild your team in free agency. That's where you go in, you get kind of your bargain deals, so on and so forth. Um, you get the guys that you know especially today where they're constantly I want out of my contract, I want out of my contract. Obviously paper means nothing. I want to go to a team that I could be more of a standout. I can get my ring, I can whatever. So you use free agency to pick up those guys that could help mold the people you draft. So in my opinion, uh free agency is a lot more lucrative. It's more important than actually drafting these young guys that haven't even touched foot on NFL grass yet. So, with that one, with the draft coming up, like I said, I'm pretty excited about which way we're going. What's going on, Blaze? Yeah, he duty called tonight when it came to work. It is what it is. I mean, he might swing by and come in. I mean, you crack a beer, that man can smell a beer 10 miles away. So we'll see. But there was tonight was kind of up in the air on which way we were going to go. Anyways, I mean, we did have the option to actually take a little trip and watch a jam session over in Ohio. So it is what it is. I'm just going to run with it. Like I tell everybody that's listening and watching, he is actually a lot better than I am at pulling up the stats. He's quicker on it. So me trying to sit down and just go over specific things, like it's just going to take me a little bit longer. But I mean, I have faith that my boys on here will start asking some questions and start shooting some stuff out there, and we'll run with it from there. Another team I was kind of watching though was I was not very impressed with the Chicago Bears this year. So I would like to think, they're kind of on a rebuild. Um, they got Rome Odunze. They got they picked up the number one. Uh, I don't think, no, they didn't have the number one. I'm not going to say all that, but one of the highest touted quarterbacks, and I can honestly say that at the end of the day, it was not. It was a little lackluster for me. I'm right now just kind of going through and seeing if they went in and picked up anybody else, um, which it doesn't look like it. So I don't know if they're going to use. I know this much. They're kind of like us, where their offensive line did horrible in protecting Caleb Williams. The man had to scramble all over the place. Of course, Caleb Williams, he just had, in my opinion, one of the worst for a quarterback first seasons last year. It just did not. It didn't work out in his favor. So I feel that I would have thought that they had went in and tried to pick up some people for offense, maybe start rebuilding their line a little bit. Again, get that veteran talent on there to kind of help, with some of the rookies and some of the other. And I didn't see any real big moves on that end. So I mean, like I said, I was kind of keeping up a little bit here, a little bit there, but I know where some of our guys went, like Justin Fields, who turned around and went to the Jets. So now they're going to go with a scrambling quarterback. What's going on, brother? GQ, he's back in, saying hi again. I don't know. The Jets, the Jets are one of those teams that I feel like has a possibility. Now, I'm a firm believer in it. I feel that Aaron Rodgers' time has passed. So now with them picking up Justin Fields did have, some opportunities with Chicago. I personally don't think they built around him very well. So he comes to the Steelers last year. Now we've got a scrambler. He went 3-1, and then they benched him for Russell Wilson. And holding down the fort. Like I said, hopefully my boy will show up at some point here. He did shoot me a message a little while ago saying, "Hey, just go ahead and go on without me." I originally thought about maybe just going ahead and canceling, but my weekend is so slammed to begin with that I opted just to go ahead and go on here and just spitfire and see what happens. And so here we are. So anyways, Justin Fields, he goes from Chicago to us, goes 3-1. Now he does not have the best arm, but he could really he could scramble. I don't think we ever fully took the leash off him and let him show what he could do. And as my friend Bobby here has said, they never gave him a fair chance, and then they let him go. Now, see, when you bring in a DK Metcalf, I'm not going to say that Pickens is he's not a top tier, but he's definitely a threat when he's out there. He has the ability to make plays. And there's a lot of receivers out there, you can't say that about. But now you bring in a DK Metcalf, who is a playmaker, two-time Pro Bowler, which, I mean, come on, who the Pro Bowl hasn't been the Pro Bowl for some time now. It's a bunch of kids' games. Is it entertaining, to say the least? Yes. But you get a running back to go with Jaylen Warren. You get DK on one side, Pickens on the other. We still have Austin. We have not gotten a chance to see what Roman's going to do yet. We got rid of Van Jefferson, which that doesn't hurt my feelings too much. Anybody else in here? Ooh, awfully quiet. So no, I don't think that's going to hurt us all that bad, really. But my point is, when you bring in some people that are now playmakers, you've got a line. We get rid of Dan Moore, so now quite possibly we move Broderick over to his natural side. We get Fatanu. Make sure I say his name correctly on that one. You put him where Broderick was, and plus we've got Frazier, who I felt like he was dude, he was a monster. He for a rookie, he got in there, he manhandled people. Did he get hurt? Yeah, but luckily it wasn't something that was like really debilitating. So at the end of the day, I like what we're doing. Now we also have now you got your playmakers, some people that's going to take, you'll get to divide up the attention now. So, is the best way to put it. The point being, since I keep straying off in so many different directions, now this would have gave us a perfect opportunity to see just what Justin Fields could do. My main concern is, and it's apparently that's what everybody else has been saying, is George Pickens' temper is very well known. And then we bring in somebody that has a temper that is probably twice as bad as his. So you got two hotheads out there. There's the possibility of a little bit of ego going on. Who's basically who's the bigger prick? So I can see that, but I don't know. Like I said, signs are pointing that we're going to draft a quarterback, and I do believe Jackson Dart's going to be, in my opinion, I think he would be the best fit for the Steelers. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, there wasn't. I mean, good luck, Cleveland. I want to say that much with Kenny Pickett. The Philadelphia Eagles did decide, he gets a ring with the Eagles and they drop him. It was almost kind of like a big middle finger to us. Was he that good? No. And he did not make any splashes over in Philadelphia either, but he did walk away with a ring. And let's see what happens now over there in Browns territory. So good luck with that one, guys. I'm just, like I said, there was some shakeups, but it wasn't. Cooper Kupp is another one out there that I'm kind of surprised that nobody's. I mean, he is getting up there now. I do not believe. Just they released him, and 7 hours ago they were saying that there was 5 teams that are excited, and yet nobody has picked up Cooper Kupp yet. I'm actually kind of surprised that they let him go like that. So, I mean, yeah, he is starting to become injury prone. It's just, it is what it is. Do I still think he can make plays? Yes. Would he, would he be another? I'm not saying he needs to come to my guys at this point. I'm just saying, like, I mean, there's other teams. How about Chicago? Send him to Chicago. Give them another weapon for Caleb Williams to throw to. If you build around him a little bit, you put some, you got Rome on one side, you get Cooper on the other. Hang on, what's a question here? Always have crazy wide receivers, AB, Juju, Claypool, Pickens, and so on. It has to be something at the coaching level that lets these guys go insane. When it comes to AB, the man had all the talent. His work ethic was second to none. And I'm still up in the air. Is he just, some people say he is just an asshole. He just, he got bigger than what his he got too big for his britches. And there's it just kind of, he really started getting goofy after that famous hit during the Cincinnati game by Perfect that knocked him completely out. So Juju, Juju, I don't think will ever grow up. I do like Juju. It's my daughter's favorite player. He was a super cool person in person, but I mean, good lord, he was another one that was just all about his brand more than he was anything else. So I don't think he ever truly put the team first. And at best on a team, he is maybe a number 3 target. Just somebody that can, be just enough of a threat to kind of take some looks off of, your big playmakers. So Claypool, man, I was super stoked about him. I thought we were going to get our deep threat. I don't think he was a true standout at Notre Dame, but he came through in a clutch. And unfortunately, when he came to us, whether it be, it was unfortunate for him that he came in at the end of Big Ben's career. And, then we had all that, well, we still to this day have controversy, but it all started, we had Duck Hodges. We were going with Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph. They were bouncing all over the place with quarterbacks. And it's like, who has the hot hand? So Duck Hodges went in there and showed he could do a little bit of something. Then teams figured him out. So we went back to Mason. And then, Mason went down and we went with Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett just, I still to this day stand behind what I have said from day one. Kenny Pickett, I was not impressed with him at Pitt. He had one good season. And I mean, send them over to the XFL or, whatever the spring league is, they call themselves now, the UFXFL. I mean, whatever acronym they're going with. Who knows? He might fine tune there. I've yet to see anybody go down and then come back. I'll have to double check on that. But in my opinion, I feel like they're kind of like the minor leagues of the NFL. I think they should have their own draft as well. So the guys that don't get drafted in the NFL will get an opportunity to play for the other league. And we'll see what it goes from there. Again, there's always that diamond in the rough. George Pickens is interesting in my opinion. I say that a lot in my opinion. I just make sure that everybody knows it is my opinion. George Pickens, is another one of those. I mean, could he be great? Quite possibly. I mean, there's some plays he's made that are just, it's disgusting. It really is. And I feel like the last couple of seasons, he definitely, each season he's gotten better, but it's that temper. It's the, we don't know what George Pickens we're going to get. So again, kudos for picking up on Metcalf. Honestly, at the end of the day, if Pickens pisses him off, Metcalf would absolutely take his head off. There's very few people out there that can match that man's strength. He is pound for pound one of the strongest wide receivers out there, and he's also got a temper to kind of back all that up. So we will we'll see where that goes. But yes, the Steelers are getting notorious as of late for picking up these prima donna receivers that feel like they're a lot better than what they already are. So I'm kind of hoping we don't draft one this draft coming up in April. I think we need to focus on maybe another quarterback that's a little bit more, we'll see. But no, I don't think Rudolph is going to be the answer. Do I think he's good enough? And as I told my brother a little while ago, I feel like we, by bringing him back, if we do go in the direction of starting him as the quarterback, then number one, we need to definitely let him off the leash. Let him go out there and show what he can do. You know, he's had an opportunity now to go to like one or two other teams. He's got to learn from other people. And like I said, let's see which way he goes. And this time we can honestly say we're not giving him a chance. But again, to be able to say that, let him play. And we don't have a Big Ben anymore. So we have to put our faith in the guy that is throwing the ball down the field. Number two, this is a definite. I'm still not sold on Arthur Smith. I think his play calling, his play designs are high school at best. So on that note, let's go ahead and we'll tip this. And we're going to take a short break, and then hopefully I'll have you guys back here, and we'll kind of open up the air to have people come on here and talk, and let's see where we go from there. I think, yeah, let's get some Folsom County Prison by the Southern Outlaw Band. Guys, we will be back here. Actually, better yet, here's one. Notification. Yes, I am DJing tomorrow night. It'll be night 1 of 2. This is their newest release. It is just taken off across the boards out there. This is What You Burn by the Southern Outlaws Band.
Shoot up a crowd, try to have fun. Now the biggest light, they won't
And we are back. Hopefully, you guys really enjoyed that. That was What You Burn by the Southern Outlaws. So I've actually pulled it up now to see. There's been some movement out there that, I'm trying to see what the biggest moves have been. The trades for proven veteran guards Joe Tunney and Jonah Jackson and the signing of Drew Dolman show how urgently this organization wants to help Caleb Williams. So they did actually pick up some line. Okay. I guess maybe I was just too focused on what the Steelers were getting ready to do, but the Chicago Bears have made some decent plays, and now this will help kind of show, is Caleb Williams going to be the man? So I guess the question I have for everybody watching right now, who's been what's been the biggest surprise this free agency, and who made the best moves? Now I'm going to be a little biased. I'll start it off. I feel like our guys, outside of the quarterback controversy, we didn't. I would have thought we'd address that need first, but like I said, I've got my own theory on that one. But who do you guys think did the best in this free agency, and why? And who do you think did the worst? What else we got? Williams was sacked at league high 68 times as a rookie. DeAndre Swift, and we've got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze. I don't know. I could see maybe them drafting another wide receiver. I'm not quite sure who their running back is. We'll see. But according to the NFL, Chicago or NFL.com, Chicago seems to have made some of the best moves, and let's see. We've got 6 biggest takeaways from Wednesday. Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that one. Bo Nix now has another weapon. So they picked up Evan Ingram. So there you go. You pick up a weapon like that. Let's go back and look and see what we got. He's 8 years in. I mean, I don't know. He's not a game changer, but again, Bo Nix, in my opinion, was one of those quarterbacks last year that really came on a little later in the season. But I mean, he showed what he can do and was able to take them. So now he's got another target. Again, there's that veteran. I keep bringing that up. I can't stress that enough. Teams need reliable veterans, not just veterans, but reliable veterans. And that's a hell of a pickup right there. Cowboys scoop up former first rounder. They picked up Elam, so they're trying to beef up their defense. I mean, again, they didn't really make any big. Josh Allen, of course, everybody knows that Buffalo picked up. Who did he pick up? They picked up somebody that now. Damn it! I miss my partner in crime. He usually has all this, he's spot on. So, at the end of the day, we'll see. So, anyways, back on track. I need to get my head back in the game. Yeah, again, I'm just looking for opinions and stuff out there. Actually, I will go ahead and take this opportunity to post the link, and I invite some people to come on here and let's get some chatter going. This is I could talk Steelers all day long, but I don't want to, it's not exactly just a Steelers show. So if you guys out there, I have posted the link. All you gotta do is click it in the messages, whatever you're watching from, and let's see where we go from there. Yeah. I've been trying to kind of keep up with who's on there, and I know I've got some hitters on here that you guys have been watching just about as much as I have, and I'm really could use a little hand, guys. So we'll just go ahead and pull it up and see who's all on here. And for all you Steeler fans, I mean, what's your thought on Mason coming back to Pittsburgh? Out of the quarterbacks left out there, I think where's Jameis Winston? And last I looked, there was I think Mariota resigned. Let's see where he. Yeah, he's now okay. So he went to, he's with Washington. I thought I'd heard he resigned. Yeah. Jameis Winston would be another one that everybody was I'd heard the name mentioned a couple times that possibly the Steelers should pick up. And according to SteelersDepot.com, Steelers will turn to Jameis Winston if team misses out on Aaron Rodgers. I kind of got mixed feelings on that one. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. It really wouldn't, because he is battle tested. He's one of those middle of the road. He's become a journeyman at this point. Everybody remembers when him and Marcus Mariota were drafted at they went 1 and 2. One of the things I will say, like Aaron Donald, or Jesus, Sam Darnold, when he went to the Jets, there was a lot of teams that had written him off. Now, when he goes to Minnesota, he takes over, and they were contenders last year, and he showed what he could do. Now, did he start to struggle late in the season? You can't really hold that against a guy. That happens all over the place. Jesus, look at Detroit. By the time they got to the championship, most of their guys were, hurt. That's just that. Football's a physical game. So at the end of the day, another good example is Matthew Stafford. He didn't do bad with Detroit. And then when he went to the Rams, he showed what he could do. Honestly, he's killing it over there. What was the other one? Jared Goff. They both swapped teams, and both have done very well. So sometimes you just have to go to a different team to figure out a rhythm. There really wasn't a lot of big names or talent on the trading block or free agents this year. Most teams have spent money locking up their stars or paying their own potential free agents to keep them. Yeah, a couple standout names. I don't know. Like I said, the teams I feel that needed to do it did. So that being said, we are going to bring to the stage, because, well, when he gets on here, there's nothing but pure entertainment. Truth be told, he does test. I like it, and it's not GQ, but we do get Edward. Oh, he's already setting up for the Chaz report.
Dude, so like a cello today, huh?
Yeah, he messaged me. I think it was around 5 or 6 to let me know that it was going to be a later show for him. Then he messaged me and said, just go ahead and kind of go on without him. I don't know if that means he's going to try and make it in, but all I know is he said it had something to do with work. And so here we are. We're just going to kind of run it and go. And
You're holding down the
Like I
fort,
keep-
dude. You're holding down the fort.
well, at the end of the day, he is a lot better than, he's quicker on the draw with being able to pull up stuff as we go. That's what's nice about having a fact checker right there when needed.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is what it is. But hey, how's things down in Texas? Do tell.
Good, dude. Just weather's been nice, man. I mean, it was high of 90s today, so it was nice. And I didn't realize we're still in winter technically. We're like spring is still a few more weeks away. Spring is on the 20th. Spring starts on the 20th.
I think it is. I think it's next month. Let's see.
Next
I'll
month?
pull up
When
a
is-
handy dandy little calendar.
March 20th, I think. But what day?
I'm looking.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time, dude.
Let's see. First day of spring will be.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, there we go.
What day?
You were right. Next Thursday, March 20th.
I thought it was. I thought it was. Oh man. Here you go, man. Here you go. Oh shit.
Oh, you bloody marrying it. Oh,
Mm-hmm. I freaking love this drink, but the older I get, the spicier I have to have it. I can't have it as spicy. I'm sorry. Like,
well, I'm not going to lie. I didn't even think about it because I was kind of up in the air on whether or not I wanted to postpone the show till Saturday like we have before. Or, like I said, my weekend is absolutely packed to begin with. And to
Yeah.
try and cram more onto it, I just thought, fuck it. We're going to just run it tonight. And then I get out here, and as I'm getting everything set up and ready, first thing I did was check the mic and see what the hell happened last night.
yeah, what's
And
going on with that, dude?
The battery died. I did.
Oh shit.
Normally it'll give us like some sort of signal to let me know that the battery's dying. It'll get real fuzzy at times. And it just didn't, it just died. It just went. So we did the battery thing, and next thing was get my drink selection set up. And when I went to the fridge, I went, fuck, I don't have any beer. So
That's
so I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to stick with, do I do my 2-finger and just bourbon it all night? Or do I turn around and go, here you go, Arliss, Budweiser,
Nice.
king of beers. I mean, I was living off the land tonight.
There's sometimes where it's like in my fridge, I'll have certain beers I drink, but I don't drink them all. So it's like I'll have like 2 beers of this, 2 beers of this, like 1 beer of this, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't feel like going to the store, so I'm just gonna bite the bullet and just drink them all. Why not? Just a little buffet.
And that's exactly what I did tonight. This is the very first time you can honestly say, I normally in my fridge you'll find like Icy Light, you'll find Yingling, you'll find all sorts of stuff, but the only thing in my fridge right now is Bud and Bud Light. I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, dude, see, that's one of the nights you gotta bite the bullet. Just
So heavy is the crown.
I got a question for you real quick.
What's
Got a
up?
Sports question for y'all.
What you got? What you got?
I got a couple of them tonight, man. Your buddy, the one with the Yankees, the one I was giving a hard time with, because I'm a Dodgers fan, obviously. I kind of.
Right.
Let me ask you, and let me ask him and everyone else. Hey, how do y'all feel? It was one of the questions I actually had. How do you feel about the Yankees allowing facial hair now?
I personally don't have a problem with it. I mean, it's a stupid rule. It really is. I mean, it's not like they're not in the food industry. You're not in,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it's not. I don't see it being a hindrance. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, facial hair, fuck it. If they want to grow a beard, dude, every other sports league allows it. Every other sports team allows it. So,
Yeah.
you know, what makes you that standout that, you know, everybody has to be clean shaven? F that, dude.
Yeah. Steinbrenner, that was his role forever.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I like it. That's fine.
I don't either. I always wondered what he thought about tattoos. If he didn't like facial hair, I'm pretty sure he didn't like tattoos then. Steinbrenner.
Well, most of the time I mean, they're wearing long. Don't they wear long sleeve for the most part, anyways? Or you know, a lot of them will wear those elastic sleeves on their sleeves. You know,
Yeah.
because in baseball, you want to keep your your extremities warm, especially in baseball. You know, you go in it. You know, I learned that when I tried out for the baseball team way back in high school. You know, I was that guy that came out there in the sleeveless shirt, and I was getting out there and I'm trying out for pitching and so on and so forth. And there was multiple times they wanted to get onto me for wearing no sleeves. You always want to wear sleeves because you want your arms to stay warm. Okay. Bobby Ryder says it's horrible they allow it now. What's next? Names on the back of the jerseys.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even say that, bro. Don't even say that. Man, that's dangerous thinking right there. It's dangerous thinking.
It is letting the inmates run the asylum. So, okay, Bobby, I mean, honestly, what is your problem with facial hair? Honestly, that's not going to change the way he plays. What, you think that the wind's going to blow hard enough and his beard's going to go in his eyes? I mean, my God. I mean, names on the back of the, I mean, hell, even college went to names on the back of the jersey. I remember when back in, you know, my early days of watching college, they didn't have names on the back of the jerseys, but you know, so what? Honestly, it's not going to affect the way they play. So
I guess it's just keeping some tradition alive, though.
What tradition? I mean, honestly, what? Okay, so they're clean shave.
The Yankees are a traditional team. They're old school all day. I mean, when you think of baseball, you think of the Yankees. Even as a Dodgers fan, I think of Yankees.
Well, the thing of it is, though, I mean, you're playing sports. You know, you're supposed to be having fun playing sports. And you know, when you get out there and they say, you know, okay, no visible tattoos, no facial hair. You know, we got to look as now. I'm not saying go out there and just like go crazy, multicolor, and you know, but oh well, Bobby agrees with you. It's he says he doesn't hate facial hair, but tradition is tradition.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it. Yeah. The Yankees have won, what, 26 or 27 World Series, I believe. I know they didn't win one last year. I'm just saying. Like, but
he's probably going to be Johnny on the spot when it comes to that.
26 or 27?
How many?
26 or 20? I think it's 27. 27 World Series. Okay.
We're looking at 27.
27. Okay, goddamn, I'm on 2 for 2 then. Damn,
no, you're on it right there. I mean, dude, that was spot on.
Yeah, wow, spooky.
Oh, he says going all the way back to Lou Gehrig and those boys. Like I said, I mean, to me, it's just a stupid tradition. It really is. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna think any less of them with, you know, having a beard, a mustache, so on and so forth. In my opinion. Now, if you want to keep some traditions alive and don't have names on the back of their jerseys, they're all one team. I can kind of see that. The current Yankee ownership is caving to the current culture. The Yankees are better than that. F the Dodgers.
Oh, thanks, man. F the Yankees. F the Yankees.
I'm just gonna say F you both, dude. I'm still behind my Pirates all day. The Buccos. I will say this much. You know, the only thing I'd love to have gone to the original Yankee Stadium. You know, the same stadium that Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, you know, all the, you know, some of these that would be cool. That's where my tradition comes in, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, Don't cry for me, Argentina. We lost Three River Stadium. It was awesome. Pitt Stadium. We no longer have a stadium for the Pitt Panthers. They play at the same stadium that the Steelers play in, and that's Acrisure. I'm sorry, it's going to be Heinz Field forever. I don't care what you say. I think it needs to go back to Heinz Field. You go from a multi-billion-dollar company to a small insurance company. Obviously, they're not small, but still.
It's always Heinz Field, dude. I mean, it's just the way it is,
So, anyways, yeah. But when it comes to tradition, facial hair, I don't have a problem with. Now, if you want to still keep it, I do kind of like the fact that they don't, because I mean, for them, they didn't want one person, and this is why college used to do it. They didn't want, there was no attention on a player.
Like Notre Dame used to not do it for a long time.
Oh yeah, I think
I think they just started doing that not too long ago. I know they did in the playoff game this year.
I mean, let you play it. Let you play and do the talking for you. They're either going to remember your number. Yeah, it's like Phil Bork for the Pittsburgh Penguins. They refer to him as the old 2-9er.
Okay.
I just kind of, there's certain traditions I do like, and like I said, facial hair is just not one of them.
Yeah. Well, here I got a follow up. Let's see what y'all think. I have my own opinion, but do you think Nolan Ryan could still beat up Ventura in 2025? Do you truly believe Nolan Ryan?
If I remember correctly, he was he was in his mid to late 40s,
almost double his age. He was almost.
Ventura, dude, he beat the living shit out of Ventura. I cannot believe that he charged the plate against a legend like that man.
Yes.
I mean, you're less than half that man's age, and you're going to go out there and try and beat him up, dude. And then I don't think he ever fully recovered from that. What's funny, you would bring that up. I just actually seen that short. I can't remember what I was looking up, but I was flipping through. I was either on Instagram or TikTok or one of them, and that particular play happened where he walked by, he looked like he was getting ready to go to first base, and the next thing you know, he comes charging, and here you go.
Yeah, Nolan kicked his ass.
Oh, big time. And I'll tell you what, again, back in the day when they were heroes, dude,
I think Nolan Ryan can still whoop his ass. Honest to God, dude. If they ever got into a fight, 100%.
Let's see. How old is Nolan Ryan today?
He's got to be in his late 70s, dude. He's got to be somewhere in his 70s.
78 years old. In this picture I'm looking at, dude, he does not look like he's in his 70s.
Yeah. He's from a city not too far from here, actually.
Dude, he was like I said, he's a true legend. He played for what, the Angels? He was with the Angels for the longest. He played for the Rangers.
Rangers and Houston.
And that's when I knew him.
And the Astros.
He did play for the Astros, yes.
Yes. He played for the Angels, Astros, and Rangers.
Dude, he would, in my opinion, he was like the Michael Jordan of baseball. Like that man.
Yes, he was. Yes. He's strangely not my favorite pitcher of all time, though. He's on my Mount Rushmore. But he's not my favorite.
I can't exactly argue with that. I mean, he would definitely be up there. But that's a good case in point. I like that. There's a question for me, or from me.
For all of us. Yeah.
For all of you, we'll figure it out sooner or later. It might be the alcohol talking at this point.
Go ahead.
What would be your Mount Rushmore for MLB pitchers?
Oh, easily. Greg Maddux is on there. Greg Maddux is my number one, dude. Greg Maddux.
The Braves represent.
Yes. Let's go toe to toe on this, or all of us. Okay, Greg Maddux is my number one. Is my George Washington.
Really?
Yes, I think he was the best, dude. I think he was super intelligent. I like
that. That's a hell of a boast when you have people like Oral Hershiser. How about Robert Clemens?
We got 3 to go. I mean, he's my number one.
That's Who would be my?
He's my George Washington.
Dude, Dennis Eckersley. I could go on and on and on. Even Babe Ruth pitched. You know.
Yeah. You could even say Randy Johnson is on that list.
Oh, dude, how can you know? Randy Johnson was.
Okay.
So I guess honestly, my George Washington, no bullshit. We
Yeah.
just mentioned him is going to be Nolan Ryan. He will always be,
Okay.
in my opinion, arguably the best pitcher in MLB baseball.
Okay. My fourth would be
Ooh.
the closer for the Yankees. Mariano Rivera, is that his name? Mariano Mariano
Yeah.
Mariano Rivera would be on my list.
Oh, here we go. So Bobby's gonna go ahead and give us his right out the gate.
Okay, what's he got?
I actually like this
Mariano,
list too.
yeah.
So we
Okay,
got
Nolan
Nolan
Ryan.
Ryan, Greg Maddux, another one for him. Tom Seaver.
Okay.
Dude, you know what, Tom Seaver, I remember trying to collect his cards, and of course, how can you not have Cy Young up there? Hell, baseball's most prestigious pitching award is the Cy Young Award. So why?
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, one could
that's a
even
good
argue
answer.
he should be the Washington. Honestly,
Yeah, okay. You could even say that. I'll give you that. Cy Young 1, Maddox 2, Mariano Rivera would be my fourth because he's a closer. I think he was one of the best closers ever. Who would be number 3 then? Fuck, dude, I gotta think, dude. Who would be somebody I would really put a lot of faith in? I wouldn't say Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens was not one of my favorites for some reason.
see, for me, Nolan Ryan would be the number one guy.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he is definitely my pick
Okay.
for Washington. And then I got to go with the Rocket, Roger Clemens. I feel like he was just, I mean, the other ones after that, I think like Dennis Eckersley, dude. He was the dark horse. I mean, I think he was the most underrated out of all of them. I think Dennis Eckersley was a monster out there. And I'm gonna have to steal one from Bobby, and I am going to wait. Nope, I got one for you guys. Again, another underrated. I would put him up there because I tell you what, this man was clutch. Honestly, Fernando Valenzuela.
Oh, that's a good one for the Dodgers.
Yep.
Yeah, he passed away last year. I was bummed when he died.
That man just he did not fit the bill for a normal player.
Yes.
He was pudgy at best. Dude, he had the weirdest wind up, but I mean that was part of the key was the way he wound up. You didn't know which way that ball was going. Which I mean, yeah, okay, so that's pitching. But at the end of the day, dude, like I mean, that leg would go straight up. He's always looking straight up in the air, and that weird wind up, and then next thing you knew, that ball was already past you. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I am interested in seeing how he does now outside of his rookie season was last year. Pedro Martinez was good. Okay,
Pedro's good.
Wait, we're not done yet. He says F the Dodger.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, go to hell. I mean,
you know what? I'll throw another one out there just for the fun of it. Earl Hershiser. Who remembers that name?
Not a fan of him. And I'm a Dodgers fan all day, but no.
Dude, I liked him.
I've met him before, and he's a nice guy, but I'm just not a fan. Very nice person,
but I mean, there's I don't think there's like a wrong pick on this one.
There really is.
You know, I was sitting there like scratching my head until he said Tom Seaver, and I'm like, wow. You know, I go back to my baseball card days back in the 1988 when I can tell you the exact date I started collecting. And dude, I mean, once I got the little Beckett and I'm looking up all the cards and I was just going through and trying to find which were the good ones, and Tom Seaver stuck out, and I was like, okay.
You know what? Yeah, I would say that. I would say Greg Maddux would be my number 1, Nolan Ryan 2, Mariano Rivera 4, and then 3. I would even like I just said his name. What's it? Randy Johnson, dude. He just stands out to me a lot for some reason.
You know, how about some of the sleepers like Tim Wakefield? You know, that famous knuckleball of his. He
Yeah.
rode that one. He rode that for a little while. Man,
There's a pitch, and we all know. You don't even have to look it up. You can just remember it in your head where Randy Johnson threw a ball. I don't know who he was throwing against, but he hit that bird dead on. Kaboom!
oh, okay. I always
Like,
so is that a real thing?
Yeah, it gotta be. He caught flack because of that too. You know that from like people from like PETA and shit like that gave him hell about that.
Oh well, people look for a reason to bitch, and I mean,
That's
what
true,
better
true.
way than oh shit, he's throwing a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and he intentionally meant to hit that bird. So I
Yo,
guess
come
when Fabio was on the
roller
that
coaster.
roller coaster and that bird hit him in the face, he intentionally did that.
Yeah.
Come on. At the end of the day, that ranks right up there with facial hair in baseball.
Shit, when we think of like the Yankees and the Red Sox and like people playing and stuff, I always think of that. I think that fight there was when the Yankees and the Red Sox. Well, they've always seemed to hit each other, but that one where that the guy from the Yankees, the old man, was running after Pedro Martinez, and Martinez went over, like turned to the side, and like just literally flipped him over judo.
Dude, I love, but I like.
I don't know if you remember that one.
Dude, people don't. I mean, have you noticed that fights in baseball are starting to become more and more frequent?
Yeah, why?
Almost like
Yeah.
it's starting to become a popular. Baseball was on a downside, so if we introduce violence into baseball, then all of a sudden it's not so boring. Miss Jan May, what's going on, sweetie?
I will say this out of baseball, since I've been watching it as a kid, the one person that is owed the biggest fucking apology of all time is Steve Bartman.
Do tell.
You remember Steve Bartman?
Make me look it up.
Steve Bartman, 2003, ALS, ALCS, AL something, ALDS.
I'm looking.
Chicago Cubs. Go ahead. Chicago Cubs.
Steve Bartman incident. Let's see what we got. Steve Bartman occurred during Game 6 of the 2003 National League Championship Series. What did I miss?
Yeah. You don't remember that one?
I don't. I honestly don't. And I'm going to once I read it, I'll see what happened here.
Moises Alou went for a foul ball, for a ball. And the fans went after
Lewis hit a fly ball into foul territory in left field. Cubs outfielder Moises Alou attempted to make the catch near the wall, but Cubs fan Steve Bartman deflected. Okay.
Dude, he got fucking death threats, man. I mean, he got ran out of the city, for God's sakes. Fuck the Cubs. God, does this guy like anybody besides Yankees? Jesus, dude. I have a heart somewhere else.
I mean, his team hasn't. They've been subpar at best the past how many seasons now? So can you blame him for wanting to hate on everybody else?
I mean, he can hate on me all day. I mean, we want to say thank you for Game 5, inning number 5 of this year's World Series. So thank you. I mean, we appreciate that. I feel like that was an early Christmas present, to be honest with you.
But no, I don't know. Fan interference.
That's an interesting topic because it's always been debatable.
If it's already over the wall, I feel it is then it's territory for anybody. But I guess the etiquette would be, I mean, if you know that he can make a play, doesn't matter if it's a rival team or if it's your team. If you know that man can still make the play, dude, keep your hands back. I mean, that would be etiquette to me. But to be fair, I'll play the devil's advocate. Once it's over that wall, it's fair game for everybody. Which I mean, now at this point, if it is dubbed or deemed that fan interference, it's I mean, hell, outside of foul territory, I mean that makes it even worse when it goes over the wall.
Yeah,
because he's not going to make the play regardless. I mean, he's not going to get to leave the base.
When I meet my girlfriend's dad this summer, when we go to the Dominican Republic and introduce him to the baby, I'm gonna ask him a lot of baseball questions. I'm gonna get him to sign me a lot of shit, but I'm gonna ask him a lot of baseball questions in the process.
I'll tell you what, man. South America, the Dominican Republic, all those places down there. I mean, they produce some of the best baseball.
You damn right, dude.
I mean,
yeah.
You can go back in history. I mean, some of the best come from that side. And then, I mean, that's not to say that like Japan. I mean, you think the Yankees are strict on their stuff. You go over to Japan, and I mean, that's almost like their, a religion in itself for them. Like they take that shit extremely serious over in Japan, Taiwan,
Yeah. Oh, by the way, my girlfriend / baby mama, her dad is Candy Maldonado. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I thought yeah, we get it. It was a lack of facial hair in the middle of caught up in that game. We had no beards, 10 World Series championships in a row. Dude, hey, their pitcher, that guy, he got his arm fucked up from the Yankees. You know that. I think he had to go get surgery.
Oh yeah, the Tommy John.
Yeah, that's a common injury. Yeah, he had to go get all worked out.
Honestly, I'd never even heard of that until Ben Roethlisberger, 3 years ago? 4 years ago, something like that?
It's a pretty common injury.
He threw the ball. I mean, and a lot of times that's a career ender. It really is. I mean, I've yet to see anybody come back from that type of surgery and be what they used to.
Yeah.
Hang on, Bobby's got us a little something else. What we got? The dude who MLB needs to apologize to is Pete Rose. Rest in peace.
Yes. That's an easy one. Pete Rose is what? Hall of Fame, dude.
I agree with that, but for them to wait till the man dies and then turn around and say, you know what, we shall honor you now and put you in the Hall of Fame. If I was him, I'd rise back up and give him the 2 middle fingers at this point. Because in my mind, in my heart, and I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there that agree. That man, his accomplishments on the field, he was amazing. He was an amazing coach. Amazing player. Yeah, he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. And Garrett Cole, I believe, is who he's talking about.
Yeah. The guy with the shoulder, yeah. Yankees, yeah. The one that won the Dodgers the game 5 World Series, yeah.
So I mean, that brings up another good topic. So here I got a question for you guys. Obviously, steroids is a big thing. Back in the 80s, Jesus. We'll solve that little problem real quick.
You're taking callers now? You're taking call-in now?
No, that was my note. That'd be great. That'd be so cool.
That'd be funny.
No, they I get notifications from Fox Sports. That's the one I follow.
There's nothing going on to like basketball's going on right now. That's about it.
Yeah, they're starting to zero in on March Madness, which I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to get into it a little bit this year and just couldn't fully grasp the whole thing.
The Final Four will be here in San Antonio.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome, dude. Now that doesn't mean I wouldn't want to go and watch March Madness. Just what you can get like. What if do they sell the tickets per game that day or?
I don't know how it goes, but I'm pretty sure you can get your hands on something. If you want, like in life, if you want it bad enough, you can get your hands on it.
So now we know that steroids was huge back in the 80s. I mean, 70s, 80s, into the 90s.
What about it?
A good friend of mine once made a comment. It doesn't matter how much you juice up, you still have to try and hit.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a little love.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Wow. Yeah. Candy Maldonado is my father-in-law, I guess you could say, or my girlfriend's child. Yeah. Bad. Yeah.
I mean, you still have to try and hit this little sphere that's only about yay big, and it's coming at you like anywhere from
miles an hour.
90 mile an hour, 100 mile an hour, and you got a bat that's only about that big around, and I mean
Yeah.
you're basically trying to hit a ball with a stick.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so even with on steroids, yeah, it does give you that, you can hit the ball harder, I guess.
You're talking about PEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain
I mean, when you think about how many of these fuckers are on coke, for God's sakes.
Oh, dude.
Like, come on. Like, how many of these athletes were on dope, dude? I mean, of some kind of drug.
Oh, what was the pitcher that he pitched a no-hitter when he was completely tripped out on acid?
Oh shit! I've heard this guy.
Oh,
did he play for the Red Sox?
No, I think he played for the Pirates actually.
Oh shit! Okay.
What was the name of it? Let's just say pitcher on acid.
Okay, pitcher on acid. I don't know. I know. I think I've heard of this guy. I don't know who he is.
Doc Ellis. The baseball pitcher you're looking for famously pitched a no-hitter while reportedly under the influence of LSD. Doc Ellis.
Wow. I've never taken LSD, but I can only imagine like tripping balls. Like, wow.
Oh, dude, I couldn't. When you're seeing like everything's distorted, different colors, and now you're throwing a baseball at another person, oh, that's just creepy.
That's just bad. Let's be honest, that's kind of badass.
So you got to look at it this way: Jose Canseco's in the Hall of Fame. Mark McGuire's in the Hall of Fame, correct?
Yeah, Sammy Sosa is not, is he?
I don't think he is. I'll double check on that. I'm not going to answer that one too.
Don't hold me to that one though. Is he?
But it's like Barry Bonds. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
He is not going to be in the Hall of Fame, dude.
Because of and people still say because of his I mean, for God's sake, the man's head got bigger.
Yeah, I will say this. I don't think what's his called? The dude that was a tattletale and a snitch on Roger Clemens and all that. The Andy Pettit. Is that his name?
I think so. Who was the snitch? Well, I mean, you could look that up.
No, he was, dude. He was a bitch. I don't like him. Andy Pettit, I think that's his name, and I don't have to agree. Yeah, I didn't.
Rafael. Like you have Sammy Sosa, Rafael Palmeiro. I mean, all these guys. Their baseball accomplishments are massive. I mean, Bo Jackson. He did his clean, obviously, but and his career got cut short.
You think Bo was running clean?
I think so.
I do too, actually.
I was gonna say. I mean, you've never heard Bo Jackson and steroids, in the same sentence. At least I haven't.
Could you imagine Bo Jackson on steroids? That would be scarier.
Bo Jackson was. I mean, he became famous because he was both baseball and football, and then at the same time you had Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Bo knows.
He played for the Atlanta Falcons and he played for the Cincinnati Reds.
Dallas Cowboys
at the time. He also went on to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Yes. But these.
But a lot of these people that play football a lot of these football players are good at baseball too for some reason.
That seemed to be the thing for a little while. I think
Tom Brady got drafted.
Another one would. Who was it? From John Elway.
Really?
John Elway. Yep, he was a base. He got drafted to the MLB.
Really, I didn't know that.
He almost did not play football. Hang on.
Really? Okay.
Oh, dude, I absolutely love the 30 of 30s on ESPN.
Those are great. The Holmes one, Mahomes played baseball too.
Oh yeah.
I know Mahomes did. Brady did. A lot of those guys played baseball.
So let's see. He was. I'm going now. Getting there.
No, that's cool. Take your time, dude. Take your time because I got one. I got one.
Professional career.
Okay.
Wow. I didn't realize it. I mean, dude, the Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins were associated with him.
Really?
Raiders. Wow.
Okay. Who was it? I gotta write this down so I don't forget.
It's kind of like, I mean, there's a lot of people that, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Really?
He played professional baseball before he got into wrestling.
Oh, that's right. I saw the video about it earlier. How the fuck did I forget that?
Why the hell am I having such a problem finding this unless I completely shit the bed and I'm thinking of a different quarterback?
The story, the player, it's always like intrigued me because I'm a big Florida State Seminoles fan. I think it was Charlie Ward when he won the Heisman, but he decided to go play basketball instead of football, go pro for football.
Here it is.
Go ahead.
John Elway was selected by the Kansas City Royals in the 18th round of the 1979 Major League Baseball draft.
Okay. You were saying Montana.
No, John Elway.
Oh, I thought you said Joe Montana. That's why.
No, John Elway. He played baseball for he was a dual threat in college, and he played. He got drafted by the Kansas City Royals.
Okay, didn't know that.
Randy Johnson.
Well, he ended up going to Kansas City anyway. Joe Montana. I was thinking Joe Montana. He played his last career in Kansas.
Oh, yeah. He left the
finished.
49ers and went to the Kansas City Chiefs. He still played well, but he never achieved the same success that he had in San Fran.
Not even close.
So that just goes to show that you can be a great quarterback, and you don't build a team around a person. Who's he going to throw to?
Yeah.
He had Derek Thomas. He had Derek Thomas, but that's a linebacker, so that did him really no good. Who did Kansas City have? Who did he have to throw to? Nobody. He had. You could go through the laundry list of teammates he had in San Fran. That was just a weird move. I never understood why they got rid of him.
No, it worked. He should have just stayed.
But it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Sometimes it's Sam Darnold. He, everybody had written him off when he was with the Jets. He gets traded. He goes over to Minnesota, and we all saw how well he did last year, and for some reason they let him go.
Yeah.
And here we go, round and round. Gotta love it. So on that note, let's take another break, and I'm pretty sure you've got. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Because Steve Young was his backup. Steve Young, Hall of Fame. Okay, yeah, Steve Young. For a while, San Fran used to be that team that you would think could pick quarterbacks. I still, to this day, think the best team to pick quarterbacks is Green Bay. Yeah. Like they never seem to, I don't.
Oh, you weren't gonna say the Cleveland Browns? They always pick the best.
Oh, I can't wait. Yep. Let's good luck, Kenny Pickett in Cleveland. That's why I said Philadelphia this year, dude. I go back to it, and Steve's not here to defend it. Dude, Philadelphia wins the Super Bowl last year. There's a lot of talk about them being a dynasty and repeating and all this and that. And then they turn around and they get rid of some key players. And that's just, to me, that's insane. I don't know. They have to have something on the mind. I'm interested in finding out. We'll see how the draft goes. But we are going to go ahead and take one more break. And then I'm pretty sure our boy is going to give us some rapid fire. It'll be a short one, folks. And we are going to go ahead and do a little bit of, I feel like some GB3. And yes, Kitty Cat, at some point I will try and update. It's just, it's a pain in the ass finding different songs. So here we go, GB3, How I'm Getting Over You.
everything good seems to disappear. Life comes at you fast and then it's gone. I wish that we'd have one more night, rewind the hands of time, forget that we ever had to say goodbye. Life is heavy, don't you know, we're one mistake from starting over. It don't matter where we go, the other side is creeping closer. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up in back roads, cooler in the console, chasing down a neon moon. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. 5 years feels like yesterday. In this case, beer don't numb the pain, 'cause I'll take you with me everywhere I go. Driving around this empty truck, trying to get my mind unstuck. Moving on just makes me feel alone. Life ain't fair, I know you know, the other side's just creeping closer. Not sure how it works up there, but down here we still need some closure. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up in back roads, cooler in the console, chasing down a neon moon. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Life ain't fair, I know you know, the other side's just creeping closer. Not sure how it works up there, but down here we still need some closure. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up in back roads, cooler in the console, chasing down a neon moon. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you.
And that was our boy GB3, Gary Burke III. We have a big show coming up on June 21st, and all proceeds go to our local first responders. The way the lineup is going, we're going to have not only Gary Burke III, we are also going to have the Southern Outlaw Band here. I mean, I can't see this show being boring at all. So, I mean, it's just, we will definitely keep you posted on that. By the way, if Steve is watching, your Australian rugby picks last night were dog water. You can't win them all. I don't know. I'll be honest. When it comes to sports betting, I'm extremely nervous about. I mean, first off, I don't have the money to, just kind of pitch out there. I don't know. It's just, the old saying goes, on any given Sunday, football's a game of inches. You never know which way it's going to go. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't believe there is a surefire win. They call it gambling for a reason. Hell, yesterday I got on the, one time I got on this skills game. I'm not even a big fan of skills games, but I sat down one time and I hit it huge. I scored big, and then I tried that same one yesterday, and I lost my ass. Luckily, I mean, I didn't add any more. I just I ran with it, and when it was done, it was done. So, getting ready to join us. I have a feeling this is going to be our rapid fire Chaz report. This guy, when he gets on here, it's a fun way to close out the night, honestly. He just gives us normally any and all things sports. We'll see which way it goes. I'm kind of excited to see where we go from here. Let us welcome to the stage Chaz.
What's up, bro?
You get your protein shake going.
What's up? Just went for a long bike ride.
Dude, for a second, it looked like you cornrowed your hair and everything before you got on here.
Dude, you know it, bro. I need some theme music, but dun 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 dun. And you might make the list. This is about tradition. We keep a tradition around here with ASB. All right, we're like the Yankees with facial hair. All right,
we're the Yankees with facial hair and tattoos.
Yes, tattoos, facial hair, traditional around here, motherfuckers. All right. So all this talk gets me a little thirsty. So tonight I'm gonna be drinking some Mountain Dew.
That just made me. Ooh, that brings back horrible memories seeing that.
Yeah. Crack open.
I woke up the next morning, the whole side of my face was stained red. And if little brother's getting to watch it, he hooked me up a couple years ago with this bad boy.
X Games.
He got on Fanatics, and he got me a Steelers St. Patty's Day shirt.
Very cool.
So yeah, I had to rock it tonight. Oh, chug, 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 chug. Oh God, you're just hurting my stomach thinking about it.
I don't know what red dye is in this, but it's good. It's worth the cancer.
I just seen something on how red dye is made. They said, hey, when you're eating candy, you're eating bugs, and what they ended up doing, they found out that they get these parasitic bugs.
Yeah.
That are like super small, and when you crush them up and you put them in water, it turns the water like a vibrant red, and that's how you get your your red dye #1 or some shit like that. And I was just like,
hey, the Chaz believes in the YOLO. All right.
Yeah, I do believe. You know what? I'm gonna join you there, sir. Let's get the sport lip going. And on that note, I know this gentleman always has them set and ready to rock. So on that note, guys,
let's get ready to rumble.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. The Chaz report is in. Question number 1, dude. Name your least favorite Yankee player of all time.
Least favorite Yankee player. If I could,
you can name a lot of them technically. But name your least favorite Yankee player of all time.
Oh, what the hell was that dude that he was
all of them?
Yeah, basically. I've never been a Yankees fan. Oh shit. Don Mattingly's the only one that was like worth a damn in my opinion. He was an ambassador. What the hell was that dude's name that liked to pick fights and oh shit. I'm trying to think of it, who played for the Yankees?
Come on.
I'm trying to remember his name because I couldn't stand this dude.
Andy Pettitte.
Who played for the Yankees and was violent.
All. Dale Strawberry. Dale Strawberry.
Yeah, Dale Strawberry. Jesus, when he wasn't all coked up, right?
Yes.
Dude. List of players suspended. I can't remember the dude's name, but I mean,
We'll come back to it. We always come back
yeah,
to it.
I'll have to double check on
right.
it. I can't remember his name, but I remember I can
Yes.
see him, and he was notorious for like he was so arrogant that when he would hit the
All of
ball,
us.
you know, you're not supposed to stand there and watch the ball as it
Yeah.
goes over.
No.
That's just an unwritten rule. You don't do that. That's disrespectful. And guess what? This dude was notorious for it. And when people
That's
would call him out,
Yeah.
oh, most famous, he got into it with the Braves catcher that was not afraid to get in your oh Jesus, look at this dude. He's just going through Hollywood or Haywood from Major League. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good.
Ricky Bond made him a bitch at the end of that game, though. Oh,
Oh, that's a good one. I don't like A-Rod either.
it was okay. Go back to that one. I'll remember it here.
All
at some
right.
point.
Is trading Soto from the Yankees to the Mets going to increase the Mets possibly winning the World Series? Not. Or help them or help the Yankees in the long run? Which one are we thinking of? The trade. Is it good? Who wins in that battle? Who wins in that one?
I'm gonna go with the Mets all day long. It's another weapon, and they're already on a rebuild. I feel, and dude, it definitely can't hurt. Let's go that way with it. I mean, that's the best way to answer that one. It definitely cannot hurt.
So dipping in some Mountain Dew.
Ooh.
There you go, man. I feel like doing some NASCAR in a minute.
Oh, run it.
What is your least favorite race?
Watkins Glen. Okay, I'm not a road course guy at all.
Okay.
I don't like road courses. I think it's the most boring, the slowest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just I can't get into Watkins Glen.
Okay. February. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you run it.
February 18th, 2001, Daytona 500. That was the saddest race of them all.
Hang on, wait. We might have to do. We might have got a fact check on both of us on this one.
Oh shit! They didn't trade him, but the Mets offered him more. Oh, okay. Well, he went anyway. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's not with the Yankees anymore. He went bye. Mm-hmm.
Shows how much I keep up with it.
Well, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So yeah, I would say the saddest race of all time when we lost Dale Earnhardt, the last lap of Daytona 500. February 18th, 2001.
I was literally just getting into NASCAR. My stepbrother at the time was a massive NASCAR fan, and he got me into like the computer. Was it Rusty Wallace was he the Miller Lite, if I remember correctly?
Yes. I believe so, yes.
He had a thing where you can go on there, build your team, build your car. You had different, and I mean, I was really starting to get into NASCAR. I was having a good time with it, and I sat down with my aunt and uncle to watch Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, when he wrecked, didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until later on. Nobody thought, because I mean, it was a hard hit, but it wasn't that bad. It
was extreme. It wasn't extreme.
So when we got the news, actually my
broke my heart.
NASCAR road race in Austin is dumb. Yeah.
Which one? You mean the Formula One?
The Tour de France is a bad race.
Yes, it is.
That's fair right there.
Hey, but let's be honest though, dude. When Lance Armstrong was winning, we were all wearing fucking yellow bracelets. Live strong. Don't ever say nobody owned one in here, because we all owned one.
Oh, you had to bring up Lance Armstrong. Why the hell would you? Okay, so you just retired. It's done.
Yes.
Everything's great. Your very first interview, you get out there and you admit, yes, I've been lying all along. Wow. I was on steroids. And it's like, are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
What? I mean, you might as well have taken that secret to your damn grave.
100%.
I don't know. It just it made no sense unless he just is truly one of those guys. He had to clear his conscience.
Yeah, maybe.
Even though
But
he
you know that's called a
knew-
priest. That's you do that to a priest, not national TV.
Yeah, go ahead. Confession.
Yes, you got confession. You go to a priest, not goddamn Barbara Walters on 2020. Yeah,
I mean, the very first question he goes, so I'm
I
going to
did.
ask you, did you take steroids? And he looked at him very solemnly and goes, yes, I did. I'm like, over. Your legacy, your career, it is done. Like 20 turns in that race and an uphill race into turn 1. Oh, man. So anyways, yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about, I mean, there's another subject we could bring up sometime. I mean,
Yeah.
Lance Armstrong, dude,
Nutless.
you were everybody's hero, and
Yes.
you literally just, I mean, why? What, you felt you had to do something to keep your, somewhat legacy alive? Come on, dude. It was one of those moves that made zero sense for him to announce that.
Yeah.
All right, Chaz, hit me.
There we go, man. Question number 3, dude. All right. You went out partying last night. You got home. You said some shit to your woman. You're
Uh-oh.
gonna regret it. She ain't gonna forget. What do you do to apologize for the next year or next day?
This
What
is not
do you-
sports related. I guess you could say it's sports related because all of a sudden now you're running a race. You're racing to save,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a marathon. I promise
How about
you.
this? You got drunk at a sports bar. There you go. That just made it sports.
There it
related.
is. Armstrong was good in dodgeball.
Oh yeah, he was. That Ocho. I love the Ocho, by the way.
Oh man, what do I? First and foremost, I'm usually the first one to go out and apologize. So I go up, I apologize, I try and hug on her, and literally I don't try and go overboard with it because I mean it's I'm not trying to buy my way into heaven, we'll call it. So I talk to her and I just give her a chance to get past it. And trust me, there's been multiple times I've had to go in there and say, hey, my bad, babe. And we move on from there. That's how I do it.
Fans fighting at sports games. Cool or just stupid?
It's subjective. It really is. It depends. First and foremost, I'm not going to condone violence. I've been known to get in some scraps myself. But
In plenty.
um
I've had my ass kicked. And I've kicked people's asses. I've done it both. I've been on both sides.
I mean, at the end of the day, it all
I've probably been
depends.
that.
I can understand if like if you're somebody like me that loves to heckle the other team and the other people there.
Sure.
Oh my God, I was absolutely horrid in Cincinnati when I went to the Steelers Bengals game in Cincinnati, dude. I was just, and we won that game, so I was like 20 times worse afterwards. This is why my wife says she is no longer going to an away game with me ever again.
Okay.
But when you got somebody like me who's just being obnoxious, kind of an asshole, but yeah, when a fight happens, you kind of ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it's acceptable, but it's understandable. But if you're just like if you're that rude and obnoxious, fan, your home team's there, and let's say somebody does like me that traveled somewhere else to watch you guys, and you're sitting there just being an asshole and just not just ridicule after ridicule after ridicule, whether you're winning or losing. Yeah, that's when the fight gets stupid. Or you got the husband that gets super drunk, or you got the wife that wants to be a Karen because the fan behind you, when he jumped up to celebrate, he spilled popcorn, and then she's going to turn around and just start going nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I guess really, stupid needs. The Dodgers fans are wild maniacs with no glass fights outside.
Dodgers fans are wild maniacs.
Philadelphia is
Fights
another
outside
one.
Dodger Stadium.
I mean,
That's
Philadelphia fans are another set. And yes, Steve, I'm sure when you go back and watch this, you'll even agree that they are not hospitable over there. There are certain teams that are just so hardcore about their guys. Shit just goes on.
I resent that comment, by the way. It's not
What?
every night, by the way. It's not every night, okay? Just want to say that, okay?
If you can't wear an opposing jersey to a sports event, it's too much. And I agree. There needs to be some, decorum. But like I said, then you got people like me that does like to heckle. But I try to do it in a fun way. You know what I mean? Like I let them know I'm joking with them. If you want to be an asshole after the fact, then yeah, my heckling turns into a bit more, abrasion, and it gets yeah. They almost killed San Francisco fan. Ooh, who?
I saw the roadway do that dude off that bridge, off the roadway that one time. There's a video of that. It's at the Raiders game. Some dude, they fought it. It's on there. Some dude, I think it was a Raider. It had to be. I think it was a Raiders game. Some guys got drunk. They were like on some bridge or some shit, and they threw some bitch off. Like literally threw him off like this balcony, dude. It was bad.
And at the end of the day, I feel like at the end of the day, charges need to be filed. There's just a certain line you don't cross. Like, to a little bit of pushing, a little shoving. If you want to get into it, fine. But first off, you got to be willing to accept the consequences after the fact, because chances are you're getting arrested. But if you want to just get into a small, dude, just fuck it. Use your words. You can scream and heckle and go on and on and on and on. I guess at the end of the day, really, if you have to resort to throwing fists, then, you both lose. It takes away from the fun from everybody else. So I guess in all reality, yeah. My answer is, I think, you know what, because it's not just even in pro sports. You're starting to see it more and more in just recently they had a fight in high school basketball. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
As I say
100%.
that, there was a fight at a high school basketball game last week in Meadville. Yeah. And there was a lot of both sides got nailed. And it just
really,
is
it a good fight? Is it a good fight?
Oh, it was nasty. 7 people got arrested.
I gotta see this video. What?
I'm sure it'll pop up. Something like that will go viral. Because it doesn't matter whether it's a sporting event. You could be at a bar. You could be on the street. It doesn't matter. Cell phones are on all the time. So there's, whatever you do is going to go, it's going to be out there. It really is. Doesn't matter what the hell you do. And a fight is one of the number one things that will get you put on YouTube or TikTok or any of these other fun social medias.
You ready?
Let's run it.
Okay, here we go. Here's another question. This is a numbers question for everybody.
Okay.
Say you go to an NBA game, and I'm just giving you a scenario. Let's not get twisted. You go to an NBA game. You're sitting in section C, fucking blah, 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 C, blah, blah, blah section. You get picked for the halftime show to do a three throw, a 3-pointer, and a half-court shot for a car, $10,000, whatever. What are the odds you make all three that night?
Me?
Give me a number. Out of 100, what percentage do you make the 3-throw, the 3-pointer, and the half-court shot? Give me some numbers. Give me a number. Where are you at?
There's your stats on the fight last week, by the way.
Oh.
3 16-year-olds and 18-year-olds.
Oh, that's
and
pathetic.
3 adults.
That's pathetic. Kids fighting adults fighting kids. That's pathetic.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
Hmm.
All right. So you have the question. I need a number. I need a percentage of confidence.
So, okay. So Mr. Sansom Blue says he's giving himself about a 67% out of 100 chance that he makes it. Okay. So he's giving himself some good odds.
That's really good odds.
I win all prizes 100%. All I do is win.
Bullshit. Hold on. Here. Let me put on my anti-dunce hat real quick. Here you go. Here. I feel a lot smarter now.
Oh, there we go.
Now I know I'm smarter.
See, this is the stuff I'm talking about that causes fights. Yes.
Now I feel a little. Now I know I'm smarter, but still, just I need to write game 5 on here for some reason. I don't know why.
Wait, we ain't done yet. And you know what, Robbie, that's a nice little boast you just made after you said that you bet on, you followed somebody else, made some rugby bets, and lost your ass. So just saying. No, I'm gonna give myself, dude. Honestly, I'm good from the free point. Good from the free throw. Yeah, I said the free point. Good from the free throw. The free throw.
It's a tongue twister.
Jesus Christ! I'm good from the free throw. I'm good from the 3 point. When it gets to the half court, dude. Honestly, I'm giving myself at least a 50% chance. I'm going. I'll go right down the middle.
Okay.
Hang on. Oh wait, it is.
More gay. Oh, dude.
Yeah, look, you look 100% more gay with that hat on. Okay, so when he says gay, he means happy. Everybody, just letting you know, he means happy.
Hey, it's okay. Chaz loves the cock. It's okay, bro. I love the cock. It's okay.
Well,
yes, it's okay to be gay, bro. It's okay to be gay.
What's one move
happy,
in bed that makes a
okay?
man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too. and
Moving
spit
on,
that
damn it.
thing.
The Chaz has his answer. wait, I look smart. Hold on, I am smart. The Chaz.
you said it.
Smart.
So
The Chaz
free
is
throw money,
smart.
3 point money, half court not. Okay, I like it. And I'm telling you right now, if my boy Steve was sitting here beside me, I've actually gotten on the court one time with him, and we were just screwing around. He is good from the 3 point. I mean, and he did play basketball at SRU. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Honestly, okay.
Yes.
I would, as soon as I get called and I found out I won, I'd get my ass up and I'd move seats with somebody else. I would not want to do it, dude.
He just says, fuck it.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, switch me seats, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, I mean, that brings up when
I
you
wouldn't
think
do
about
it. I wouldn't go out there and do it, dude.
There's a lot of
I
people that would probably want to do the same thing because you're in front of like thousands of people.
Yeah.
So there's the lights, the cameras, there, and can you produce the action?
Yeah, but if we
That'd be
were
like
really
trying to get into a porn movie and you can't get it up because like, oh fuck.
if we were really to break down a number, though, honestly, I'd give myself realistically less than 20%. I really would. Honest to God. It's like 1-1-1. I don't know what the math would be for most people, but like, what if you even like fucked up on a 3 throw for God's sake, or even the layup?
Oh,
You know,
totally.
like, oh man, total burn. Yes.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, there's times I love pressure, but then there's other times it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got, like I said, I give myself about a 50% chance.
Yeah.
But that would make sense for you to go, dude, change receipts. You're good. Have at it, man.
Yeah. I was okay. So we all got numbers, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? This hat may be gay, but guess what, dude? We took a World Series championship away from the Yankees.
Dude, church.
Yeah, preach, brother. Preach. All right, let's go with another question. Let's quit going all this gay, all this winning talk. All right, let's talk about if John Madden was alive, rest his soul. What do you think? Hey man, this is a very religious episode, by the way. So, if John Madden was alive today, what do you think he would say about the current NFL situation?
That man, he lived, eat, and breathe football. Like that was his life. So he would find, and he wasn't afraid to give you like the pros and the cons. I mean, I guarantee he would. I think football's too soft on the players anymore. I mean, fact of the matter is, guys, we're in a contact sport. You're gonna get hurt. I think they cuddle these guys way too much. I don't know. I think because he is old school, he comes. He was back there when the Raiders were like just nasty. They're some of the dirtiest players out there. He loved the game. I think he'd have found a way to make a positive spin on it. So
yes, gaming's happy.
he might personally not like it, but I think he would always find some way to put a positive spin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, gay means happy. If you
we
different than you are the pro. Stay woke.
There you go. There you go, man. Be
Oh
happy.
man, we
Be
go
happy.
from we literally went from religion to politics. Let's go ahead and cross every taboo tonight, guys.
Might as
Jesus.
well. X. So John Madden would say what?
John Madden would
Oh
say, you know,
yes,
he would still find a way.
million percent he would hate that.
100. That I do.
Million.
100. Yes.
Yes,
There's no way around it. That kickoff rule. I'm sorry. It was.
That's gay.
They tried it,
that's
and
gay.
it was horrible. It was absolutely
Yeah.
horrible. You know, they said it was. That's. You know, they were looking to do it so you give the receiver a chance. Dude, they still kicked it out of the end zone. They still. I mean, it was dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Let these guys play. Okay, let them play.
Did
That's
Aaron?
my
Just
opinion.
a side note. Did Aaron Rodgers find a home yet or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. Just wondering. I haven't checked out. All right, let's ask another one for you guys. This is nice, dude. You know, it's a nice solo show, man. Nice, man.
Thank you. Much
You're doing a hell of a
appreciated.
job, dude. Salute, sir. For real, man.
I
Cheers, you're doing
do.
good, man, you know?
I'm not gonna lie. I miss my boy. This was
Yeah,
our
dude.
baby, and
Dude, you need
No.
like a cutout of him though. Like when he's not there, you can have like a cutout.
put a Steeler jersey on it.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that damn far, but okay.
I'd have one of those thought bubbles up here saying Steelers roll. Just
Oh,
for the
yeah?
fun of it.
All right, let's. I already have the answer, but I'm pretty sure. I think we would all agree.
All right, right.
All right. The Chiefs do not go to the Super Bowl this year.
Much appreciated,
nay?
Bobby. Thank you, sir.
Yay or nay? Chiefs do not go to the Super Bowl. They
Yeah.
don't figure it out. They don't figure it out this year. They got their ass whooped so bad they don't make a comeback. They don't make a comeback. I didn't say win. I said to the Super Bowl.
I think they make the playoffs, but I don't. I think this is going to be one of the years because they struggled last year. Like, I mean, they barely won. I mean, the
What are you talking about?
records-
They only lost like 2 games.
The record showed different, but they struggled every game just about. It seemed like, every time you turn around, it's like, oh man, he almost blew this, he almost blew this. Did they find a way to win? Yes. So I mean, the record said otherwise, but I feel like kickoff is stupid.
It is. Yeah, that's
Yeah, dude, that's across the board.
We all
like I
agree
said,
on that one.
Let these guys let them play. God
Let them play,
bless,
yes.
man. Let these guys play.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I do not feel that Kansas City makes it to the Super Bowl again. Not this year, anyways. I don't think that dynasty is done, but
She's good, Dr. Bush. Some people you just can't win with,
especially if
Bless
you're a
his
Dodgers fan.
Yeah. Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Oh, now there's a bold prediction.
That's a big one.
But you know what? I mean,
I'd pick the Ravens over the Lions. How about that? I would pick the Ravens over the Lions.
oh, dude. I mean, if you watch last week's show, again, there's my team that I think they are due. They are due, and I'm telling you, I feel I got to
On the
look it up.
verge.
They did something. They picked something up, and I'm trying to remember what it was. And it's so hard to sit here and try and do fact checks while we're talking in real time. I should have been a lot more prepared. I let everything kind of go sideways. It is what it is.
Mhm.
So I still pick the Bills. The Bills are my second team next to my Steelers. I've been a big Bills fan since the 90s, and I think what turned me on was that famous 4 Super Bowl run that they lost all 4. You were one of the most dominant teams in the NFL, and you lose the Super Bowl, and horribly. The last 3, they lose them horribly. They came the closest that first famous kick missed. So, no, to answer your question, Chiefs do not make the Super Bowl this year. I think that I'm thinking we're not going to have like some total runaway teams anymore. I think we're starting to get a lot more competitive across the board. I'm not saying my Steelers are going to win it, but I think I'm going to make another prediction. I say the Steelers make the the playoffs this year. They don't go to the Super Bowl. But they do not go to the Super Bowl. No, but they will get a win, and they're I see good things. And I've been one of the most hardcore get rid of Tomlin. with Omar Khan and the decisions they've made so far this year, let's see the rebuild. Let's see the rebuild. I mean, it's not exactly scorched earth like my younger brother once, thinks should be done. Just take it all down. But
All
it's
right,
not
the
gonna
last
be
question for the Chaz Report. Last question.
it's not going to be the Chiefs this year.
Last question for the Chaz Report. All right, give me 2 trends that need to be back in this world that we need to bring back.
2 trends.
2 trends that need to come back into the world and we need to bring back.
2 trends that need to be brought back. Ooh.
2 trends. This is a good one. This is a good one.
2 trends. I'm going to keep it sports related. Just
All
for the
right.
fun of it. So
Okay.
one is I want to see kids putting posters on the wall again.
Okay.
I want to bring back heroes. And LeBron, you are not one. I call it out right now.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you right now, LeBron. That could be a whole show, honestly, on that man. But bring back, posters. Bring back the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
People want to be this person in sports. Number 2, guys, I want kids. This generation, man, bring back the pickup games. I want to go to the park and see you guys playing basketball. I want to be, driving past the field and seeing kids out there, and how about just in the front yard, backyard? I want to see you out there playing baseball. Get in the street and play some street hockey. Dude, I had sticks, I had the street ball, everything. I want to see kids back outside having fun. Bring it back. Bobby says hacky sack circles, longer basketball shorts. Okay, so I 100% agree on. Yeah, I agree on both. Dude, how many times have I said, me and Steve would be talking and I would bring up one of the things I would do at a concert. You always go in, you have your beer and you would get a circle going and everybody would get the seep out, the hacky sack, something. There was something going on. You don't just tailgate at sporting events. You do it any big event you go to. So yeah, I like that one.
Nice.
Mr. Sanson, I'm waiting for your reply on that one, but Chaz, what's your thoughts on that?
This one was heavy. I didn't really. I would like them to bring back where you could give your opinions on the refs after a game and not get fined for it. Calling out a ref saying, "Hey, the guy made a screwed up decision." We have videos everywhere. We can see that. Refs are humans too. They make mistakes, but people need to be accountable for their decision, their mistakes as well.
I can agree with that. I like that. But the same.
Good.
Well, I'll touch on that afterwards. Give you a second one. I'll touch on that first one here.
You know what? I would say honestly, dude. Fucking. I saw a pair. I should have bought them. You know what? Bring back some fucking Jinkos, dude.
Oh,
what the hell? Bring back some Jinkos, dude. Like once a week, wear a pair of Jinko jeans or shorts, or just a throwback.
So what's fun about the Chaz Report? The local radio station, we have Mark Madden. He started off as in wrestling and WCW, and he's on Pittsburgh Sports Radio now. He doesn't hate the Steelers, but he is not fans of them right now. He's a big hockey guy, loves soccer. He tells it as it is. And at the end of his show, I just now realized he has what they say, or what he calls the Ask Mark Anything. So, when you get on here and we do the Chaz Report at the end of the night, guys, it's kind of like our way of saying, hey, ask us anything. I like it, dude. This has been fun. It really has been. I need to keep up with I'll be honest. I was shit this year on keeping up with basketball. I tried to get into it, and I think it's the old school in me. We were just talking about it a little bit ago. The whole, bring back the heroes. I don't feel like there are any today. And anybody that has watched right now, in my opinion, I think one of the most hated on players out there, and for good reason. And anybody that's seen that flop where he tried to make it out like he got hit in the jaw by that elbow is LeBron James, dude. I think honestly, he is killing basketball. He really is.
You know, if we're gonna say that, then we need to bring out. You reading it?
Hang on. The treatment
go.
of refs in this woke America has done a 180. You can't say anything to them now,
All of
or
you.
they get offended. Okay, so to be fair, we do. Okay, I'll play devil's advocate. First and foremost on that, and then we'll get back to the LeBron because I know you've got a. I guarantee you'll start another one on that one.
I just want to say, go. My bad.
I've seen all these videos of people, refs, umpires, all these guys are going to make bad calls. I mean, they're not infallible. They really aren't. And I think it's gotten to a point now where, we need to go back to letting them do their damn job. I mean, yeah, we can still heckle them, but I think that heckling has gone beyond just the normal, you're blind, ref, you're blind. Dude, I remember a wrestling match when, back in my high school days where a dad got up there and, the ref made a horrible decision in wrestling during this one match. And this kid's dad got up there and was screaming at the ref, telling him, you're blind. Oh, don't quit your day job, all this other stuff. And the ref actually had the balls to turn around and look at him and say, you out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And that caused the dad to stand up and say, why don't you come up here and make me leave? And
Cool.
he turned around and he looked at the coach and he said, Coach. And my coach turned around, just looked at him, said, he kind of put his hands out like this, looked at him, gave him that knowing look like, dude, out of my hands. And the school principal actually had to come over and said, you out. Like it was so uncomfortable back then. And this is the mid-90s. So for me, it was extremely uncomfortable. So now when I'm seeing all these videos today of people screaming at the refs and the refs turn around and I'm going to call the game. I'm going to, if you say another word, I'm going to do this. And, dude, at the end of the day, we still pay these guys to do a job.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's always going to be right. And it doesn't mean they're always going to be wrong. So at the end of the day, we kind of have to let them do their thing and leave it up to the higher powers. Dude, we've had way too many questionable calls with you. We're just, you're out. Bottom line, let them get fired on their own. Don't intensify the situation. First off, turn your fucking phone off. You don't need to record as you're going off. Fans are really getting a lot more vocal. They're getting a lot worse. They're getting a lot more hostile. And it's making their job that much harder. So I guarantee 100% that an umpire or ref or whatever, it's going through his mind. If I make this call, it's going to piss somebody off. I got to make sure I don't screw up so I don't piss people off. Guys, at the end of the day, let them do their job. If they fuck up, that's part of it. It happens. They miss. Hell, I've missed. It happens. You make mistakes. So, it will be seen sooner than later, if they make enough mistakes that they're finally just going to be like, dude, we're pulling your card. You're done.
Yeah.
That's my thought on that.
They need to bring, I would say this, like, I know you don't watch soccer as much, but I would say, like, for people that flop, that get caught for it and are faking it, they need to give them yellow cards.
Oh, agreed. And here's why I 100%. It's not just soccer. People need to realize that they do flops.
Or any athlete, any sports. How about that?
Dude, hockey. I mean, those guys are for the longest
Basketball.
Dude, and let's bring back up LeBron. Dude, just the other night, he flopped hard and then tried to sell it like, that dude, he didn't even touch him. He barely grazed him. He might have hit him in the gut, let's say, at the best. Dude, I should have downloaded that video and brought that up. I was just disgusted with how much, and it goes back to the whole, for some reason, everybody's doubling down. Who's better? Who is the true GOAT of the game? Is it Jordan or is it LeBron? Yeah, all day long, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan. I mean, no, but like when you watch these people flop, like, have you ever noticed they look at the referee to see if they sold it?
That is assuming that heckling refs is a new thing. It's not, and I didn't say it was a new thing. Remember, I brought up the example of the mid '90s,
Yeah.
and I mean, I have to agree with that. It probably has been happening since the invention. I would say not from the get go, but I mean, I have to 100% agree with that. Soccer equals Dodgers. Oh boy.
My mom always said, if I ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Please.
Damn it, man. Anyways,
It's okay.
so yeah, back to the flopping.
Yeah.
I do. If you have to flop and you have to sell, and I am
Mhm.
okay. So when I competed in judo,
Yeah.
there was one particular match. The guy caught me flush in the chin. He was trying to swing around real quick. He was looking to grab. I was going for his back, getting ready to make a throw, and he tried to swing real quick, and he caught me just enough on the chin. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt,
Yeah.
but I kind of sold it a little bit too.
That's fine.
So I mean, I've done it myself. It's the only time I could think of that I actually did sell something like that. But I mean, it was a tight match, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I ended up winning the match regardless. But yeah, flopping. I mean, if you have to flop, when I did it, it was wrong. I shouldn't have. I should have just kept it going. But I was dude. I wasn't even 20 at the time. So I was a punk kid.
I used to love to fight people in sports, dude. I used to always try to pick fights with people. I loved it, dude. Like, I was a young punk, dude. Like, and I really was. Dennis Rodman was like my fucking sports idol, dude. Like, I loved everything about him. I did, dude. Like, I wanted to fight everybody. I was always looking for trouble. It was weird. I was a punk ass kid. Like, anytime I played sports, I'd run my mouth and I'd always be looking for just like thinking I was a badass. Couldn't be further than the truth, man. That was dumb. I was dumb. I was a young, stupid kid.
But I think these players that are flopping now, they're
Yeah.
taking it too far, dude. I mean, if you're to the point where you have to start flopping, and it's becoming so common,
But they're trying to
know,
make it an advantage play.
dude. Even in I mean, it happens in football, it happens in hockey.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, it's kind of hard to do it in baseball. It really is, unless you actually
you can sell
unless
it.
you
can
lean into
sell
the
it.
pitch. That's the only
You can-
sport I can really see. Maybe curling. How do you sell it in curling?
Give me a second. There's probably an answer to that somewhere.
I mean, marathon running. Okay, I'm losing. I mean, you can't exactly sell that either. There's just
You could in running because did you see the video of that girl, that college game, or I think it was it was a high school, I think. Where that girl took the baton and whacked the shit out of her.
snap! I just seen that actually today for the first time.
Yeah, they're pressing charges on that chick, dude.
Dude, and she deserves it because all day
Yeah.
long she intentionally hit her.
How?
I don't care how she tries to try and spin that. There's no way around it. She hit that girl all day long. She was pissed off because she was about to get, she wasn't getting smoked, but
No.
she was, the girl was getting a lead on her. She made the pass. The baton ended up in her hand, and that was just dirty all day long.
Oh yeah.
This bull crap, and again, it goes back to she'll probably get a slap on the wrist. Don't do it again, dude. We are coddling these guys anymore. We are so afraid, and I'm going to say this. Back in my early days, back when we first started, we were very, I wanted to be very careful with what we said. I was worried about getting canceled. Bless you. I was so worried about getting canceled. And at the same time, I mean, you're starting to see more and more people fight against this whole woke, this whole canceled. I've said it multiple times how we've talked about you see in videos on TikTok and Instagram and all this of people they're telling dark humor. I call it dark humor, dude. I mean, the stuff they say is like really rough. So I mean, I've even dabbled with some of the stuff I've said, or I've heard them say.
Oh shit.
You good, brother?
Yeah, I was sneezing. Allergies. You're good. Good.
I know. I gave you your opportunity.
Yeah, continue. Please continue. I'm all ears.
I just you know, in sports anymore, yeah, especially like the I'm not going to say all your high profiles, but I mean, yeah, the flopping, the selling, in football. What was it? That one player, he barely even got touched, and next thing you know, he did like 3 somersaults on the field, and it looked ridiculous. It really did. You look like an idiot. You look like an asshole, and I'm going to call it all day long, dude. Yeah, you look like a pussy by doing that. If you take a small bump like that and it caused you to fly halfway across the field, you don't need to be suiting up and playing football.
Oh,
You made yourself look like an idiot, dude, all day long. You have to be tough in any sport you get into. Yes, even baseball. Anybody that has stood at home plate and you see that ball come flying at you, I don't care who you are, dude. You get there's that nerve at that last second. Dude, I'll do it at fast pitch. Like if you go to a batting cage, like I'm nervous. So I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of you have to be tough, and when you flop, yeah, you're just.
I mean, but there are some tough motherfuckers in sports too. Let's be real, dude. Like, I remember. I don't know. You watch baseball, right?
I watch baseball.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking into it more this year.
No, when Buster Posey broke his leg, I think, or he got ran over. When I don't know who drilled him, but as a catcher, when Buster Posey's leg went behind him, I don't know if you remember that one.
I vaguely remember that. Everything we say on here, I'm going to go back and just kind of I go over and I kind of look over some key points and get myself back in the But yeah, I remember something about Buster Posey. I was one of the few people. The very first game we went to when we moved back up here was against San Francisco, the Giants, and I was one of the few people there that was excited to see Buster Posey because I mean the dude's good. He really was. He's an awesome catcher.
And it sucks because like in situations like that, there's like one injury they get and then they're done for. And like you can almost tell like their career's fucked.
When it comes to baseball, I can't see it being. I mean, football, I can agree. Basketball is something that requires you. But in baseball, I mean, I guess as a catcher and you break your leg and then this guy's got to kneel down there, for 9 innings. Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to get technical, I don't know how big it is in other sports, but I'm guessing in the next 20 years we're gonna learn more about CTE, especially in football. But other sports, I don't know if it's high CTE is big in other sports though. But
so when it comes to CTE, I mean, I don't want to sound insensitive, but first off, guys, you are in a contact sport. You can put stuff on there all day long. These stupid things they have over top the helmets. If you want to do something inside the helmet, maybe even make it to where find some way to attach to your shoulder pads. Make it one solid thing. You can still move your head, but at the same time, if you take a jar, you're not gonna, excuse me, you're not gonna slam your head. I mean, there's ways around everything, but these stupid, things that they're putting over top. But guys, it's still a full contact game at the end of the day. So, I mean, you're never gonna fully protect these guys from, getting a concussion. Shit, look at soccer players. It's a proven fact that every time they headbutt that ball, it causes a concussion.
That's
and
scary.
They do it on a regular basis.
Yeah. I've only had one concussion my entire life.
Dude, I've had many. I've had many.
Dude, I had one 3 years ago. Someone fender bendered me. It was on December the 31st. I was in Austin. Someone wasn't paying attention. The roads were slick. Everyone was on the fucking road trying to get home. Someone fender bendered me, and I remember my brain. I felt weird, dude. I'd never experienced that. I threw up. I was feeling very odd. I didn't feel like me. And I was told that that's what I had. It was a concussion. And I'm like, dude, the fuck, bro. It was an experience. I will say that.
Well, I know this much. Like the other night when I was DJing, I was trying to put my stuff in the truck at the end of the night, and I ended up, as I was leaning into the truck, I caught the bottom of the roof, and dude, it hit me dead center of the top of my head. And I tell you what, I saw stars for a second. I was like, okay, went about my business. And I tell you what, as I was driving home that night, like it started to hurt, like right in that spot, and just like kind of moved. Dude, it's a scary thought. It really is. Like I was getting queasy, and dude, I mean, I will say, yes, that's why I said I'm not trying to be insensitive, but first and foremost, I mean, you can get a concussion in anything. I mean, just that was a simple accident. That was the point. It was a simple accident. But I wasn't paying attention. It was, it wasn't like I was trying to headbutt something. And
what? I respect when players say, "Hey, you know what? I've done what I've done. I know where my body feels right now. I know where I stand. I'm just gonna walk away instead of like prolonging the inevitable."
And I agree with that 100%. Like, let's go with the biggest case right now, Tua.
Yeah.
For Miami, dude. If he had walked away after this last one, or if the NFL had said, "Dude, you've had way too many at this point,"
yeah.
I mean, dude, if it does it again, I'm 100%. If it happens again this year, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be pissed off if that man doesn't leave the game, or if the NFL doesn't say, "Dude, that's enough. That's enough."
Don't they have a
At
protocol?
some point,
Don't they have a protocol? Like if you get a concussion, you're out for a game, or like you're only out for a play, right? Or I don't know how the concussion protocol works, but
So
maybe like if you get like 3 a season or something like that, you're out.
So the concussion protocol is when you take that. First off, we see it almost every game. Somebody loses their helmet. It comes off. So concussion protocol requires you to sit out the very next play. So
Okay.
I don't understand. I don't think that means they go right into a protocol. But I'm sure when your helmet goes off, they do have some certain questions. Okay, let's check it out, so on and so forth. I don't know, but yeah, you are pretty much, you got to pass so many tests and throughout the week. So if you go down due to head injury, they take you out of the game. You took that hit. You're woozy. They take you out of the game. If they have to take you out of the game, protocol is you have to pass certain requirements to play the next game. And if you don't, some players don't even go. And they're like, okay, so we're going to keep you out, but you still have to go in and pass our requirement test. That's as much as I know about it. So, Tua, I mean, dude, you have to admit, when somebody is completely knocked out, when you take a hit to the head, and everybody saw that famous Trevor Lawrence hit when he went to slide.
Oh, dude, that was sick.
That was nasty.
That was fucking bad, dude. Yeah.
NFL money is great compared to the other major sports. Not much guaranteed money, so guys have to deal and hide concussions.
I
That's
can
why
see
the
that.
running back is a throwaway position. Okay, I can agree with that. I actually can, but that doesn't make it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Chaz, you said this yourself, brother. You can't take it with you. But then our argument with that was,
oh yeah,
you can, your legacy, right? So a lot of these guys have families and stuff.
of course, they're not rich. They're not rich to begin with.
Oh no, they're rich for the time being.
Yes.
So afterwards, you still, you still have a life after football.
Yeah.
Now, we've lost some great players like Junior Seau. We all know the story of him.
Yeah, that's a big one,
dude.
Yes.
I mean, he was hurt. He was, and he ended up, committing suicide because of the headaches.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you have to say, is the juice worth the squeeze?
There you go, man.
So, I mean, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. There's two. I mean, there's two. I mean, guys, I love it, like TJ. I'm a big TJ Watt fan. Obviously, Steelers, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but
his brother's good too.
I mean, at the end of the day, I tell you, hey, here, I'll do one even better. We'll go outside the Steelers. I'm a big Nick Chubb fan.
Okay, yeah, I like
So-
him at I liked him in college when he played for
You know,
Georgia.
in college when he broke his leg,
Yeah,
you know, he was already, you know, a
for
threat.
Georgia.
And then when not Palomar, I'm sorry, when Fitzpatrick hit him
Mhm.
and re-injured that leg, I mean, no, it's not a concussion, but I mean, dude, you have to look further in. You
Mhm.
know, you're already, you know, you've already made a name for yourself.
Mhm.
You're doing well off. So,
Yeah.
dude, preserve yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you see. Go ahead.
I was gonna use the analogy, like my right ankle is shot. Okay. I was already told by a doctor that if I broke it again, if I, you know, it's not gonna take nothing. Now I can have surgery to have the ligaments repaired and everything and have it, you know, I have a good ankle now, but it's one of those ones that won't last. You know what I mean? Like it'll stretch back out. And that
You know-
doesn't mean because I've injured it. He said you can either have it fixed now or you can wait until you're a little older, get it fixed, and then you know, have a healthier life, you know, pain free at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, and but you see these athletes like, you know, that are our age walking around with goddamn canes and stuff, and it's like, dude, bro, what the hell, man? You know,
Dude.
like you're in your 40s, you look like you're goddamn you're in your 80s.
oh, you remember Muhammad Ali? How bad? I mean, yeah, he had
Yeah.
Parkinson's, but they attributed his boxing career to what, you know, caused his Parkinson's.
Yeah.
I don't have all the stats on that one. I'm not going to try and get into that because I don't. I mean, could it be? It outsider looking in, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. He got beaten in the head so many times.
Yeah.
That last fight he had, he'd been retired for a little while. They coaxed him out of retirement. He was out of shape and he got his ass whooped. And then Tyson went in and made it up for him.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of these guys that it's just time to hang it up. It really is.
And you know,
Odell,
CTE sucks, and also gets it gets a rep too, because like one person comes to mind. Honestly, when I think of CTE, I'm not even thinking of Chris Benoit.
oh yes.
See, there's a double-sided blade on that one, you know?
Oh,
Yes.
I will never forget that. Okay, this is back when I had my wife. She was a huge. I turned her into a big wrestling fan, and this is back when I followed it religiously. I will never forget when that happened. I remember the MLB and NBA guaranteed money is fantastic. The NHL, NFL money is horrible. The two most physical sports promise the least money. Yeah. I don't know. I have to disagree. I think the NBA and the NFL get paid more than MLB and NHL players, but that's my personal opinion.
I had tickets to the WWE match the next night when Chris died, because they were going to go. They were going to be in Corpus Christi that, and so they canceled the show. We had to get our refunds.
Well, do you remember? Because they had a whole storyline going with Vince McMahon, where literally the week before his character was killed.
Yes.
He got into that limousine and it blew up, and they had a whole storyline, and then that happened. Now, obviously, when you have something high profile like that made like national news and everybody, anytime you see somebody that high up in an industry murder suicide, I mean, there's always going to be controversies and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, I kind of have to. Did you ever see the famous? What was it? Paul Heyman was doing a spoken word. He got up there. He's doing he's on stage doing an interview, and somebody had said something about Chris Benoit, and there was a guy in the stands who kept screaming, "My boy, my boy." Paul Heyman got pissed off, and he said, "Who's saying that?" He got out there and he's like, "Who's saying my boy?" He said, "Why?" He said, 3 people died in that house, and the guy started screaming CTE. He goes, "I don't care about CTE." He said 3 people died that night. Only one of them had a choice.
Damn, that's
And
fucking.
when you think of it in that terms, it's like, yeah, I mean, there's been, everything pointed out that, yeah, he did it. Now, are there, we're not going to get into the conspiracy stuff of it.
No,
he
come on.
did
There's
turn,
no
he did,
conspiracy. There's
he
no
did turn
conspiracy.
around and say, he said, you know what, as a performer, he said he ranks him in the top 5 or the top 10, something like that.
Yeah,
He said that man was like, I mean, he was at the top of the game as a performer.
it's a sick nickname, the Crippler. I mean, that's a sick ass nickname to begin with, dude.
But you could also think, I mean, when they say CTE, look what his finisher was.
Yeah, the headbutt. The flying
He
headbutt.
jumped off the top rope and would headbutt people. I don't care how you brace yourself,
Jesus,
dude. I mean, it's that, and I think wrestling gets a bum rap. Everybody wants to say fake. It's fake. It's fake. Okay,
Bullshit.
so no, they know how to punch each other. I mean, they've already given out a lot of the secrets. Like Ric Flair said, whenever he would train, he hung a string from his door, and when he could swing at that string at full speed in full power and not move the string, then you've mastered that move. Okay, but at the same time, I mean, no, there used to be somewhat of a spring underneath it. Yeah, there was, but I've seen a lot of these rings constructed. It's not what people think it is.
They're not soft.
They still land hard. They know how to land. They're stuntmen. They really are. They're stunt performers, and that's why I say it's called professional wrestling. We're sports entertainers.
Yeah.
At the same time, I mean, there's real injuries, and I mean they break wrists and they go in it. Dude, they have one of the hardest schedules.
Yeah, people don't
sport.
realize how much they work and travel. Oh my god, dude.
They literally
I
get
think
done
they do
that
like
night
300
and leave.
They do like 300 days, I think, something like that. Their schedule is ridiculous, crazy.
They get done with their match. They go backstage. They change their clothes, and then they're on to the next event.
Yeah.
They go to the next venue.
The only time I had a taste of that when I was younger. When I was working with Jeff Houston.
Okay.
I would go with Jeff constantly wherever he was going. He put me under his wing like his protege. That's another story for another time. But like, I would go with him. Dude. I'll tell you what, I would wake up in fucking hotels or places on the road. I'd be like, "What the fuck are we today, dude?" It was weird. Like I had never experienced that. I've only experienced that like maybe once or twice in my life. But it was like, Jeff, what day is it, dude? What are we doing? Like, it's like, hey, we got to go to the hotel, dude. We got to go over here. We got to go to the venue. We got to talk to so-and-so people. It's like, dude, this is fucking exhausting. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be having fun. Like, this is exhausting.
At the same time, though, there is one thing I cannot stand about pro wrestling.
What's that?
It's those guys that want to stay in character
24/7?
24/7 when they're outside the ring and everything. I got to meet Kid Cash when I was bouncing at Cotton Eye Joe's.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Okay. No, it sounds like somebody else. Okay. He might. Okay. Go ahead.
Hang on, wait a minute. Jeff who?
Houston.
Oh, Jeff Houston. Okay, sorry. He was commenting on you.
Yeah, sure.
I met Kid Cash, and he was there with Trinity when he was dating Trinity at the time. They were both big TNA guys or people that like they were, A-listers in TNA. And I we started off just kind of talking normal and everything, and he seemed like a decent guy, and I'm like, dude, so what's your real name? And he looked at me and he goes, Kid. And I literally was like, it's nice meeting you. And I literally walked away from that point. These guys, what's his name, MGF or whatever. Are you going to show the picture?
Yeah, if you can zoom in real quick. I want to hear the story though. He was asking who Jeff was.
Let me see if I can remember how to do this.
Hold on, yeah. Hold on. I can see the clip. Yeah, the guy from Bare Knuckle Fighting. He's always been dressed like that, dude. Swear to God. Oh. No, but go ahead. I'm listening to your story though.
No, I'm trying to get your picture zoomed in, and for some reason it's not wanting to. It's being a jerk tonight. Oh, there we go. Bare Knuckle Fighting. Well, hold that picture still. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Jeff looked like a fucking serial killer right there, dude. That was a weird one. But yeah, for all those guys that watch Bare Knuckle, yeah, Jeff and I. Goddamn, there's like a hell of a glare, but you get the idea.
No,
he's always dressed like that. He's always dressed like that, yeah.
I tell you what, sometime if you want to send me, like send Steve that picture,
Yeah,
and then he can send it to me, and I can actually post it on here if you want to show it sometime and pull it up as an overlay.
I got to get it autographed. I got to go to a bare knuckle fighting and get it autographed again, or bring it to them.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, Trinity was cool all day.
Okay.
But at that point, she knew a lot of people were upset because he stayed in character. That what's his name, MGF or whatever. He's another one that stays in character all the time.
I've heard mixed things about Brock Lesnar. Like some people say he's like a really cool guy, but some people say he's a fucking total dick, dude.
Mr. Worldwide are engaged to Candy Maldonado's daughter. Who
Yeah.
are you, Eddie?
Cool. That's a great question. I'm being serious. Like look, the thing is, like when I tell stories, I always like to have proof I can back it up because people always
Right.
question you. So it's like, yeah, dude, me and Jeff Houston used to travel together. Bam, it's a fact. And Candy Maldonado, his daughter is my girlfriend, baby mama. Yeah, we had a daughter back in August. Uh-huh. I guess I just don't think of it like that. You know what I mean? Because it's not a big deal. Yeah. I mean, good for Jeff though. Jeff, can I say a quick story real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, you watch bare knuckle fighting, right?
I have. I've watched a little bit of it. I'm not too big into it, but I have gotten into it.
Those motherfuckers are gonna have CTE, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
There's a
bare
reason
knuckle-
they created gloves.
Yeah. Watch, see, dude, those guys. Even like, I don't know if you're a fan. I'm not fucking rah about it, but what you want? Slap boxing or whatever the fuck they call it. The
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The slap fight, power slap.
power slaps. There you go. Like, you can't tell me, dude, some of those guys aren't going to be missing a few screws like later on from concept. Wah pop, wah pop, wah pop.
Is this Inception?
Is this Inception? What does that mean?
When
Okay.
I was flipping around with the camera trying to get it to zoom in,
Ah.
it was just going all over the place.
Okay.
Certain things were working, some things weren't, and it just it is what it is.
No, but like going back, dude, like since we're like on the CTE and sports subject, it's a good subject to talk about. It really is. It's an important one we need to talk about. Yeah.
And that's you know what, Dana White brought up a good point whenever he said, when you think about boxing, you get the standing 8 count. If the guy gets rocked,
Mhm.
the ref goes over, gives him a standing 8 count, and if he can prove that he's still coherent, they let them continue. Whereas thinking about the UFC,
Yeah.
let's say a guy gets another guy, he's rocked him, he puts him on the ground, he gets 3 hits. If he feels like he can't defend himself, even though he's got his hand up like this, how many
Yeah.
times have you seen that fight stop because he
Oh, yeah,
can't
100%,
fully
dude.
defend himself?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I feel like UFC actually does better at protecting their fighters.
Yeah.
And mixed martial arts as a whole is better at protecting their fighters than boxing. Now, I'll say the word, the devil, this phrase, the devil's advocate. They still do a standing 8 count with somebody that goes down from a slip. So they're constantly, that's it's at the ref's discretion whether or not he can continue.
Yes.
But let's say, how many times have you gone out drunk and you've proven you could pass the drunk Olympics? How many times have you met that
dude.
person? You can sit
Michael
there
Phelps
and
over here.
you can
Michael
do all
Phelps.
sorts of things when you're
Yeah.
drunk. So these guys, they're rocked, but they've been able to train themselves enough. They can manipulate the ref and say, hey, I can continue. Because usually when you see somebody get rocked, I'm going to say about 7 times out of 10 in boxing, when you see somebody get rocked,
Yeah.
it's the beginning of the end. They're gonna, they're done.
That glazed look in their eyes. Ooh, dude.
Yeah, but he checks his gloves. He goes like this to check, make sure that you still,
Yeah.
hey, come forward. All the stuff they do in boxing.
Yeah.
I look at it as, okay, this is your drunk Olympics. You have to prove to me you can still continue. And like I said, at least 7 times out of 10, when you see somebody get rocked and the ref's going to go over and check them and everything, Tyson was notorious for it. He'd go in there and just like immediately attack you, and it was over.
That was a lion,
So
dude.
if you've taken a hit hard enough, dude, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're rocked. Okay, I feel like they need to do the same thing. If he goes down, there needs to be something better than the standing 8 count. Or if he does the standing 8 count, you get 1 try. You don't get 3 knockdown rule. Get rid of the 3 knockdown rule. You got 1 try. Okay, so you got back up. You've made it. You go down again. You're out. You're done. Period. Bottom line. And I don't see boxing going that direction anytime soon, honestly.
I want to say this though about Jeff, dude. Jeff Houston has like busted his ass, dude. When you see this guy on bare knuckle fighting as the announcer, he's always dressed like Liberace, which is always made me laugh. But I will say this, dude. If I could ever get a hold of him and get him on your show, dude, he is one of the smartest motherfuckers at sports you'd ever talk to. Like when it comes to like boxing or fighting or any of that kind of wrestling business,
Okay.
dude, this motherfucker would blow your mind. Like, I don't know how good we never really talked about other sports, but he was just like, dude, like 100 when it came to boxing, mixed martial art. He was like a fucking encyclopedia. He was like a Britannica of knowledge, dude. Like, I would go to him for advice about anything, about announcing, knowing people, about like sports and fighting and shit like that. The guy's incredibly like intelligent, dude. Like spooky good, you know? And so when you see him on TV, when you see him in the bare knuckle, he's always dressed like he's from the 70s and retro. It's always been a gimmick of his. But dude, one of the most nicest, intelligent people I've ever met. And I'm glad I got to meet him in my life. You know what I mean? So super cool. And it's nice. It's cool to meet that. And like, but we never talked about like what you and I are talking about, everyone else is talking about right now. We never talked about CT. We never talked about fighters, concussions, or like long term, you know? It was just the name of the game. It's a part of the business. And like, you have to understand. I think Jeff and I talked about it maybe once, like these guys know what they're getting into.
That's what I like about the athletic commission, though. When a fight's over, yes, get Jeff Houston on. Ooh.
Yeah, I'd have to find him, dude. Bare knuckle doesn't come to Texas often, but I guarantee you, if I do find him, I probably can't be that damn hard. I got to get him to autograph this like for me. I got to get him to autograph it, and you know, pretty cool.
Well, Bobby, you're not the only one to say we need to start bringing some like the true blue, the sports people. I've been looking them up. I would love to have Sid Bream, former first baseman for both the Pirates and the Atlanta Braves. Went to the World Series with the Atlanta Braves a couple times. I've actually been to that man's house. Well, the house he used to own. He is a local. He lives right there. Probably, I think it's about a 30-minute drive from me in Harmony. So it wouldn't be hard to, possibly even get him in studio. The problem is, when you got a setup like what I've got, the man's a very devout church man. So it'd be kind of hard when you got smoking and drinking and, we're not exactly G-rated on this show.
Oh, shit.
But I might be able to get him on here. I'd love to have Arthur Moats. I don't think I'm right there yet with the pro guys. I think we got to go a little further, get a little further out there. But yeah, it is something I definitely would like to get to do. Honestly, I would like to have, a UFC fighter on here because obviously that is my wheelhouse a little bit. I'd love to have like Forrest Griffin come on here, Scott Smith, maybe Matt Hughes, somebody like Pat Miletich back, his camp used to be like the number one. Like every one of his guys, they held the championships. He had Tim Sylvia, Matt Hughes. Dude, he was the beast out of Davenport, Iowa.
I'm pretty sure you can find these guys and look them up and see how much they charge to do videos or interviews. Because they can ask for something.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of them that do, but at the same time, like when we had that actress on here, dude, I just messaged her, and she's like, "I would love to do it," and she came on, and things. It wasn't one of our best ones, but it's still enjoyable to have her on here. It really was.
Jens Palmer does a big one, dude. He does a big interview on every week or every fight night. I like Jens, dude. And you know what's cool about him? He'll get on for like 3 or 4 hours about the fights, and he'll answer every fucking buddy that gets on there, dude. I'm serious. Like, he'll have like 200-300 people in his chat, and everybody, like, I would say 90% of the people that were asking questions or anything, he's good at responding back to. He's awesome about it.
I personally would like to get some of those guys that were like, I call them gatekeepers. Oh, they're referred to as gatekeepers. They're the guy that was like right there. Uriah Faber would be one of those guys. WEC was a freaking monster.
Okay, never got into it.
and then he loses, comes to the UFC when UFC took over WEC, and like he was dominating people. He would destroy them, but then when he would get to the championship rounds, he just, he was always one step behind the champion. So they they refer to these guys that, nobody else can beat them except the champ. They're the gatekeeper.
I remember seeing Anthony Pettis on the Wheaties box.
Dude, I was a big fan of Anthony Pettis.
I was too.
Man, Showtime,
Dude.
that famous kick.
Oh, that's exactly the fence jump. Oh,
Yep.
dude, that was so bad.
So yeah, I definitely want to at some point get some people on here. Really kind of, Sid on the show would be redemption. He is vilified here for scoring the winning NFC. But Sid wasn't the bad guy. Barry Bonds was, because he made a horrible throw. Yes, to Sid Bream. Awesome. Sid Bream, again, like I used to have multiple baseball cards signed by this man. Like I said, I've been to his house. The youth group that I used to be a part of, he built, or he paid for the youth center there in Harmony to be built. Awesome guy. And when he would autograph the card, not only would he put Sid Bream, he would always give you a Bible verse to follow. So he's a legit guy, straight guy. I would love to have him on here and just kind of rehash and see how well he remembers. Now, the reason I want to bring Arthur Moats on here is because I've met him twice. And after the first time, he remembered me. So he's another one of those guys that's good with faces, loves his fans. I'm going to say it right now. I would love to see him as the linebackers coach for the Steelers. Honestly. I do want to do a quick shout out, though. His little RIP for our local guys. We lost a good one in Craig Wolfe. Met the
Who's
man
that?
in Cincinnati. He was the voice of the Steelers for a while. He was an offensive lineman back in the late 70s, early 80s. Dude, he was a really cool guy. Him and Tom Chilkin were, when it came to like Steelers.com and everything, and Steelers radio, they were big. Our local sports guy, Mark Madden, he would have Craig Wolfe on there a lot. Very knowledgeable. Love the fan, love the city of Pittsburgh, and he will be missed. So RIP. Another shot salute to Mr. Craig Wolfe.
I'll let you finish up your show, okay?
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm glad you did that. Thank you so much.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Wow.
I didn't want to just hang up.
At the end of the day, hey, you have my permission to go ahead and stop now.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. Sorry, that came off kind of dick. My bad. My fault.
No, I was actually, you know what? On that note, I was actually just getting ready to say, I'm going to take one more last break, and then we're going to, do our thing, say bye to everybody. And I did. I mean, I thank everybody for coming on here tonight. I did struggle quite a bit, but this is why me and Steve do so well together. We're yin and yang, we love having you on here. Wolfe was best sideline reporter in the business. RIP. Yes, sir. Again, another shot salute. Rest in peace. Good man. Good fella.
Sorry, I didn't mean to tell you how to run your show, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
So again, guys, thank you for coming on here tonight. This has been fun. Chaz, we always, Edward, whatever you go by tonight.
Yeah, it's all fun.
Dude, you came on here, you brought the sports stuff, and we ran with it, had some good conversations. I like this little thing you got going with Mr. Ryder. This rivalry is fun. I mean, it makes for good. What do you want to say? Good radio, good television, good makes for a good show. It really does.
It's really not fun when you're winning all the time, though. You know what I mean?
Here we go. You guys are both going to be crying the fucking blues when my Pirates come in there and just start whooping on both of you.
Who? Who the fuck are the Pirates? Who the fuck are the Pirates? What?
You been walking the plank to the Three Rivers. So we will. I'm going to go ahead and play one more song. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back on, we'll see where it goes from there. If we want to keep going, we'll keep going. But guys, we'll talk to you here shortly.
Yeah, I'll hang out.
Man, I'm just gonna keep it going. Little Louisiana Waters, our boys, the Southern Outlaws. Here you go.
I'm going back, Louisiana, where the voodoo breathes. Met a Creole priestess on the streets of New Orleans. Louisiana, water gonna save me. Louisiana, liquor can't kill. Louisiana, daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill. On her way down Bourbon Street, she handed me a flask. She said there's chartreuse in there, better make it last. Louisiana, water's gonna save me. Louisiana, liquor can't kill. Louisiana, daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill. Next thing I remember, I'm in the swamp to my waist. And the chartreuse that she gave me was all that I could take. Louisiana, water gonna save me. Louisiana, liquor can't kill. Louisiana, daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill. Louisiana, water's gonna save me. Louisiana, liquor can't kill. Louisiana, daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill.
And welcome back, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That is Louisiana Waters by our boys, the Southern Outlaw Band. One of my favorite songs, and it's constantly being requested by me when we're out and about. Speaking of Southern Outlaws, I happen to see this. What's going on, Mr. Alice Walker? It's good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure. I think that, what we've done tonight. Sorry. Let's make it easier for you to say to talk. Sorry about that, brother.
Rude.
Yeah,
So you have to
honestly,
do your show.
it was I had to take back over, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, have attention, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
No, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Without my boy here tonight, I was kind of struggling a little bit. I mean, I could have went for hours talking about the Steelers, and I mean, it's not exactly a Steelers show. So when you came on, you did your report, and you brought up some good conversation, and I mean, I feel we had some good dialogue, honestly.
Of course.
Dude, it was a hell of a good time, a hell of a blast. And I mean, we can do one of two things. I mean, we're at the 3-hour mark. I'm kind of surprised we actually. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. It also
ASB,
flies
bro.
whenever you start an hour and a half late, like I did tonight. Bobby, man, been having a blast with you.
Dude, hey man, ASB for life, dude.
ASB.
ASB. There you go, man. I got a funny one I want to share with you.
Go ahead, brother.
So I like, I love talking about any sports. We can talk about sports Monday through Sunday. You want to get technical, but so years ago, Jeff and I, we were in Dallas. I think we were in Dallas. We were doing a show, right? I'm gonna make it very short. We were at a show and we were at a K1 kickboxing match. It was badass, dude. Bad fucking ass. Like these Muay Thai, all this. So after the show, I didn't realize, but we all stayed at the same hotel, right? All these fighters and Jeff and I were all
Right.
staying at the hotel. And these guys love to get fucked up. Like no one was staying sober. Like everyone was getting torn from the floor up. And I remember Jeff and I had a room next to these other guys, and this one guy had won some championship. And these guys were drunk and rowdy and loud, all this noise. And I just remember, like, dude, like this banging on the door, bang, 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 bang. It was security, right?
Right.
And these guys, it was two big security guys. And in the room was a bunch of these Muay Thai MMA fighter dudes, like drunk, and they weren't having it, right? So these two security guys were giving these guys shit. And then next thing you see, dude, wah-pa, wah-pa, wah-pa. Like, dude, these two security guys got the shit handed to them, dude. It was like the worst ass whooping I've ever seen. Like, woo! And I remember trying to get the fuck out. I was at the balcony, and thank God our hotel rooms were like connected. The balcony, I walked around, knocked on the window, told Jeff, hey, man, we need to fucking either go to sleep or be real quiet because Dallas PD's going to come, dude. And they're going to start asking all these questions. And, dude, these MMA boys, I know these guys can fight, dude, but I'll be honest, man, these security guys probably quit their jobs afterwards. Because they got the shit like tore up. I'd never seen an ass whooping that bad, dude. Like, whoo.
So I got two for you, just to, since we're on MMA and everything right now. Fuck it, we'll go.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
So me and my friend Joe went to Nashville when the UFC first came, and compete. Did their show in Nashville and everything.
Yeah.
We went to the weigh-ins.
Okay.
And we were both super stoked about meeting all these guys. We got to meet Mark Delagrati. That's the famous, if I can ever find the dang picture again, just to kind of,
I think you brought up this story one time. Yeah. What about it?
So, we got to meet all these UFC fighters. I'm trying to remember the one. There was one that he got to meet. He was so excited about it. I was not. And I wasn't meaning it to come off as an asshole.
Okay.
But one of the things I did was right in the middle of him trying to take the picture. He's standing there bullshitting with him and everything. Me not even thinking about it. Now I could have got my ass absolutely kicked.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but it came off as an asshole. And I turned around, I'm like, hey, can we go ahead and just take this fucking picture and call it a day? It's something along those lines. And I tell you what, the look on this dude's face, it's like, even Joe was having some fun with it. Like, you do realize that, like, he is a UFC champ right now. I'm like, at the time he was WEC champ.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and I didn't even think about it at the time, how close I came to getting my ass whooped by it. But
Yeah.
I mean, but that showed his professionalism too. He was used to like kind of just running their mouth a little bit. And I got another one. Final shot, Bill. Great job tonight. Good show, Edward. Good contributions. You are the Baba Booey of the show. Oh wow, a Howard Stern reference.
Damn.
Yes to Jeff. Yes to Sid. And F the Dodgers.
Yeah. How big is Howard Stern's penis?
Edward, why are you sharing a hotel room with Jeff? Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, dude, we all had to save money, dude. Hey, two beds. We had to save money, man.
So, anyways,
that was a good one, though. Yeah.
So remember, I said, I've mentioned before, like MMA has been a big part of my life for quite a while.
Yeah.
And one of the things I trained in was judo, and I used to train at Clarion University. I trained it, as a wrestler. Oh, dude, I love judo. I mean, it was right in my wheelhouse.
It's a great Olympic sport, by the way.
I mean, look at Ronda Rousey. She was dominant in UFC forever and a day.
Yeah, she was I think she won silver, right? Or gold?
I want to say she won bronze. I have to double check on that.
Okay. I think she's an Olympian.
She was an Olympian, yes. So, anyways, back to it. When I was training at Clarion, which, if anybody knows anything about Clarion University, dude, they know how to produce wrestling champs. One of the big notables was Kurt Angle. He used to be a Clarion University alum. So, when I was training the one time, the wrestlers used to come in and train with the judo guys. And I will never forget that there was one night I'm in there and everybody was kind of giving me a little bit of crap about this one wrestler in particular. Oh, he was gay. Oh, he's a good wrestler, but you want to be careful with it. In hindsight, they were ribbing on him.
Yeah.
But for every one time I would get him down and get him in, pin him, dude, there was probably like 6 times he would destroy me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was just pure, and thinking back on this, it was pure luck. So this is where it gets fun. Does the name Frankie Edgar mean anything to anybody?
Yeah, he used to be a former UFC champ.
Lightweight champ. He was the one
Yeah.
that dethroned the unstoppable BJ Penn.
Yeah, he has tattoos on the shoulders.
So
Yeah.
I was watching UFC one night, and it was the fight he lost to Gray Maynard. And they said
Ray Maynard was a beast, dude.
and they said Clarion University, he's a Clarion University grad, he wrestled there and everything. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, why does this dude seem so familiar? And when I went back and did the math, and then I thought about it, I'm like, I actually have been on the mat wrestling with a former UFC champ, and that would be Mr. Frankie Edgar.
Yeah.
I would
He's
love,
short.
another. Oh, dude, he is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was,
Mhm.
6 foot. 6 foot was tall back then.
Yeah. John Jones is really nice, by the way. He's really nice. He's a nice guy. I've met him. And then I met Carlos. They work out at Greg Jackson's gym. Carlos. He won the championship too. Carlos.
There's Carlos Newton. There's
He he's got that shaggy kind of light beard, kind of high and tight haircut. He's a real cool guy. He's super nice too, Carlos.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking. I'm also trying to think out of the.
Carlos. It starts with a D, I think. Deluna? No. I don't. Carlos. I'll have to think of it, but he was really nice. John Jones is a really nice guy too, dude. He was super polite toward me.
Well, out of all my pictures, here, let me see if I can do this one.
Carlo. I'll have to remember it. I told him I was like I used to play with it. I used to use him in the UFC game. Like, he was one of my favorite fighters in the UFC video game. Like, I've heard mixed results about Brock Lesnar. Like, I've heard like both sides. Like, some people say he's a total dick, but some people say he's a fucking real down to earth kind of guy. Just don't bother him.
I don't know. I've heard both mixed results for him as well. I don't know. I'm not a big Brock Lesnar fan.
What?
Believe it or not, I'm not. I'm really not. It was just.
What?
I don't know. I mean, you can't deny the guy.
What he's accomplished.
Yeah, you can't deny his accomplishments and everything. You really can't.
I don't know.
So let's go ahead and save this. I've got something here as soon as I can. Let's see if I can get it properly done. So when we went to Nashville, I met like I said, we met a whole bunch of them, had a really good time, and I'm trying to, let me see if I can find it. Oh, maybe not. Let's go up here and do this.
Uh-huh.
So, do you remember CB Dollaway? He won the Ultimate Fighter.
Which season?
I want to. It was the shoot. It was the one that had Forrest Griffin and.
That's the first one.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's no. You're
No, Forrest
Yeah?
Griffin was one of the coaches in this
Oh,
one. It was the
okay.
one. It was the one where he was going against Rampage, and then that was where Forrest. So, I've never been a CB Dollaway fan. Could not stand him from the get-go. Absolutely hated the dude. I didn't like his arrogance. I didn't like anything about him.
Carlos.
Delabate.
No, it's not. He's from New Mexico.
Nothing better than watching Chaz eat cat food out of a can on the show.
Fuck you, dude.
Boy, he's having some fun with you.
I know, man.
So anyway, CB Dollaway, I didn't like him. Neither was my friend Joe. He didn't like him either. So when you see this picture, there was a little bit of an inside joke because we got to meet him. There's really young me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah. Who the fuck's that guy to the left?
That's me.
Oh shit, dude! What the fuck?
That is young me back in my training days.
What happened to you, dude?
I got old.
Damn, son.
I got old.
Damn.
So yeah, that was CB Dollaway, and the inside joke was I really wanted to punch that dude in the face because I couldn't stand him at all.
You look happy in that photo, so.
Oh, really? Here, let's go back and let's really look at it. Does it not look like I'm getting ready just to punch him smack in the jaw?
That would have been
CB
a bad idea. That would have been a.
I will say this much: CB, dude, he was a much better wrestler than me. So I mean, yeah, I think
seen
stand up. I could have traded with him all day long, but as a wrestler, yeah, I think he'd have taken me down. And I had all sorts of issues.
Yeah, you would have definitely had CT.
But I'm definitely bigger than him in this picture. But at the time, I was also heavier than him. So I mean, I at least had the weight. I'd have had the height, the reach. I do not like CB Dollaway. And we took a picture just because he was going around. And why would you not want to have your picture taken with a UFC fighter?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, there's other. I mean, I can sit here and show you pictures with, let's see, Scott Smith. I've got Mike Goldberg.
Yeah, I've met him.
Efrain Escudero was the winner of that season, one of the seasons as well. Awesome guy. I really liked meeting Efrain Escudero. Tim Crater was the one hanging out with. He was hanging out with Forrest Griffin, and I'm trying to figure out why. I'm going through all my pictures. I'm like, where the hell is my Forrest Griffin picture? So, dude, I mean, but UFC today is not at all what it used to be.
Nah. I don't think it's as entertaining.
I don't 100% believe that, what's a good way? A lot of people wanted to say that Conor McGregor talked his way into fights. The fact of the matter is, yeah, he could run his mouth. He was one of the best shit talkers in the game. Still is, I feel.
Yeah.
I think he's past it, though. Honestly, at this point, I really would not want to watch another Conor McGregor fight because, I mean, that's not to say he can't fight, but I guarantee his heart and his mind is not where it once was.
Hey, dude, cocaine cheap, bro.
So, he backed up his talk. I mean, he took somebody when he beat Jose Aldo. However anybody says his name. Dude, nobody saw that coming. We expected a war, and he beat him in seconds.
Yeah, but it showed like how good his mental game was. He was in his head, dude.
Oh, dude, he was rent free in his head.
Oh yeah, dude.
There was no getting around that.
Alden probably had to go seek therapy for after that, dude. Seriously, he fucked with his mind.
But here's the best part about Conor McGregor. This is why I feel like he's one of the GOATs, of the game. So he goes in there against Nate Diaz. Now, the one thing about Conor McGregor, I can say, and you can see this in a lot of his fights, his cardio sucks.
Who, Connor's?
Yes.
See, I'm on the fence about it because I think he's good for about 2 rounds, and then he starts to gas out.
Exactly. His cardio sucks. So that being said, dude, Nate Diaz, that first fight.
Yeah.
I thought Conor was doing decent against him, but he was trying to be in fancy. He looked past Nate Diaz. He thought, I'm untouchable right now. And Nate Diaz is not a person you sleep on. You really
I'm not
don't.
surprised, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That famous moment, when he choked him out.
Yep.
But then what happened? He wanted that one back. He's like, you know what? I want to fight him again. Nate Diaz was more than happy to do so. And that second fight went the distance. And honestly, at the end of the day, this is not being biased. I honestly do feel that, yes, Conor won that one fair and square.
Trilogy fight, though.
I would love to see a trilogy fight.
They never
Other
win.
than the fact that, like I just said, Conor's head is not in the game anymore. It really isn't. Dana White said it best. He is not a young, hungry fighter wanting to be a millionaire. Conor is more than a millionaire at this point. Proper number 12. He's got whiskey. He does Hollywood. If he didn't fight again, he'd be perfectly fine.
He doesn't have to.
Smart. The man's smart. He's got a business sense. Dude, you had a good run. In my opinion, you're going to be a UFC Hall of Famer. Truthfully.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them do a lot more with their Hall of Fame, honestly. But, I like the fact that you've got somebody like, somebody that Conor McGregor beat. Donald Cerrone. They've got
his girlfriend. His girlfriend, what?
Donald Cerrone is in UFC Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And it's because
But he wanted to fight again. He was trying to fight again.
Oh, yeah. But again, I mean, sometimes it goes with all sports. You need to know when to finally hang them up, guys. I mean, otherwise, we're going to have a Tyson versus Jake Paul fight.
Oh, please don't. That's why it's a joke.
It's time to hang it up, man. Let us keep those memories. Let us keep that legend of you. Don't go out on that type of, he's gonna be tarnished because he lost that fight, whether it was, the controversy, whether or not it was thrown, whether he wasn't really fighting, whether the whole thing was a gimmick fight, or
it was a hype fight.
And I'm a firm believer in that too. Can Jake Paul and both Paul brothers can box. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no doubting that.
Yeah.
But I want to see them go, the one time he took on Tommy Fury and he lost.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought it was a lot, more in Tommy, Fury's favor than it was Jake Paul. And they made it out that it was a lot closer. Why? Because A, it was his promotion. B, he's the money guy, so on and so forth. You want to talk? He's a paper champ, in my opinion.
You want to talk about fights like a fight? I mean, pros and athletes, every sport, they try to intermingle every so often. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like here, I'll give you 2 examples. Ali fought that dude from the fucking that big old linebacker, that football player. He died.
And Lau Alzado.
Okay, yeah. They fought in an exhibition match. But the other one I think of when I think of like that is like where 2 sports collided was James Tooney versus Randy Couture.
Oh, dude! In the fact that Randy Couture wanted to stand there and try and trade with him, so there's that. That's a famous debate from day one: the boxer versus the MMA fighter.
Yep.
People actually fight over that debate.
Yeah,
I had many debates over that particular, MMA versus boxing with a former manager of mine. He's a boxing guy. He likes MMA, but he says a boxer. When I was working in the jail, I had we had a pro boxer in there, and he swore up and down because somebody let loose my experiences, and we were always going back and forth about it.
shit, dude. I used to
Well,
watch
at the end of the
Butterbean
day-
like crazy.
At the end of the day, it's called MMA for a reason, guys. Okay, boxing, you have one thing, stand up. So if you can catch him in the stand up trade, cool. Bear in mind, you can have a boxer versus Taekwondo. Okay, so the boxer might win. He's got a better shot. One discipline. When you put a boxer in there against MMA, that's a whole different set of skills. Now, where I can say, because you got to remember, they can kick, they can punch, they can throw elbows, they can take you down. What's a boxer going to do when he takes him down? James Toney.
Yeah.
All day long. Okay. Kimbo Slice, who was a backyard boxer. Look what happened when they took him down. Yeah, he could wrestle a little bit. He did learn some wrestling, but destroyed.
Man.
Now, take the MMA fighter and put him in a boxing setting.
Mhm.
I'm not even going to use the ones that Jake Paul, used.
No.
I'm going to go with the real deal. This was a legit fight, sanctioned athletic commission, the whole deal. Conor McGregor.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Yeah.
Money Mayweather.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think Mayweather he's like, this guy ain't a boxer. Yeah, he's a Golden Glove boxer, but he's not nearly at my level. So when Conor McGregor won the rounds that he did, he surprised him.
Mayweather led him.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you knew if it went into the deep rounds that Mayweather was going to be victorious, and sure enough, at the end of the day, he did win that fight. But
Mayweather's defense is incredible, dude. I love his defense, man.
And then when you think about it, look at who came after him after that. Then Nate Diaz is like, oh, well, if he did it, I want to do it. I think my boxing's better. Dude, I do not like Money Mayweather. I feel
love
like
him. I love
he
him.
he handpicked his. He was one of those ones that waited. Like, I mean, okay, when they did the Manny Pacquiao, first off, Pacquiao was hurt, and they hit him.
No.
So imagine Pacquiao back in his prime, like when he was absolutely destroying people. When everybody wanted that fight.
Because when everyone says the Pacquiao thing, I always bring up the Canelo, dude. Canelo was in peak form, and dude, Mayweather fought him, and Mayweather kicked his ass. And everybody was trying to find somebody, and even that like Triple G guy. I don't think Triple G and Mayweather fought. I don't know if I don't. But dude, no, because people bring up all that. I'm like, dude, Mayweather fought Canelo, and everyone was picking Canelo to win that fight to put him down. And Canelo was in really damn good shape at that time too.
But bear in mind, they also have to do I don't even think Canelo and Mayweather were in the same weight division. So they
fought though. They did fight.
They had to find a way to. I can't remember what, because Mayweather would not cut. Mayweather will not cut.
He doesn't have to. He's the boss.
So at the end of the day, Canelo, I think, had to cut to his weight.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, anybody that has any type of fighting experience, I'm not taking anything away on that one. Okay.
They fought on Cinco de Mayo.
I'm not saying that Mayweather is a bad boxer, but I think he's way overrated. He look at the money fights, towards the end of his career. He was, picking people that, he was smart enough to pick the fights that would not tarnish his legacy. He is still today the undefeated fighter.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one other fighter to do that.
I bet.
Rocky
Marciano. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. I think Rocky Marciano is probably one of the best fighters of all time. I think he's better than Ali.
Dude, at the end of the day, like, he was a brawler. He was in the heyday when there wasn't as many rules.
No,
I mean, it was straight up. They were nasty. Yes, I have to agree with you. Rocky Marciano is one of those ones that,
Yeah.
I mean, another fighter that, you've seen the movie The Hurricane, right?
I didn't like it.
Hurricane Carter.
Yeah.
And then I got to applaud the athletic commission and everybody that did this. When he got out of prison, that fight, when he did fight for the title, he destroyed that dude all day long. And it was racially divided back then.
Mm-hmm.
And they just did not want to give him the title. And I want to applaud them for giving Hurricane a title that he did win. The announcers were saying, I don't know what fight people were watching, but Hurricane just won that fight.
I mean, I used to love watching Butterbean fight, dude. Butterbean was one of my. I don't know why I liked it for some reason. I liked him fighting. I don't know why.
It's because he was a monster. Like, I mean, he wasn't. I mean, he was a pro boxer, but that was later on after they started doing the gimmick fights and things were pro, in a different direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, this is like another thing with him. There's a documentary about it where he fought Bart Gunn.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember that the Brawl for It All.
Brawl for All. There you
Dude,
go.
and that was one of the WWE. I mean, that was back when it was WWF, and they wish they hadn't have done that because, when Steve Williams goes in there and Dr. Death, they thought he was going to be like a monster, and Bart Gunn goes in and knocks him the fuck out.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm gonna watch him. I'm gonna watch that after this. Yeah.
Bart Gunn going against Butterbean. I mean, dude, it was a joke. It really was. It was stupid.
I mean, who else is out there? Like Mayweather when he broke the Big Show's nose.
And you know what? It back in the day, they did really good. Let's go further back than that. Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam
Bigelow. That's a good one. Yeah.
So you want to go even further back than that? Antonio Inoki, New Japan Wrestling, took on Muhammad Ali.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. See.
Yes. And instead of standing there and trying to trade with him, Antonio Inoki spent the entire fight. He would drop to the ground and just try and kick Muhammad Ali's legs.
Okay.
That was one of the first. It might have been the first. I don't know. But I mean, when that's when pro wrestling met boxing, which became really famous from Rocky III. Let's call it a day on that one.
Yeah.
When they did Hulk Hogan, which Hulk Hogan actually got in trouble because Vince McMahon Sr. said, dude, if you do this movie, you're out. And Hulk Hogan said, well, I'm going to do it. And he booted him out of, I think at the time it was the WWF.
Yes.
So when he booted him out, I mean, he went back to, Mid-South. He did some Japan stuff. Hulk Hogan is another one of those guys that people, he used to be an actual.
Fuck Hulk Hogan, dude. I don't like him.
He could do technical stuff back in the day, like his
Hulk Hogan.
early days. He could do some shit. But I mean, bear in mind what made him so big was the fact that, like, I mean, he was a hero. They built him, and I mean,
I'm tired.
Dude. Again, way back in the day, you had heroes. Yeah, I got you, brother. So on that note, man, we have literally gone 3.5 hours tonight. Chaz, I want to
keep going, dude. I don't care, man. I'm just bullshitting anyway. It's fun.
Well, you're also like, when I see somebody yawning, it's kind of like,
no, dude, stop, man. I'm just kind of like, just getting that wind on, dude. It's like a wind. No, I mean, if you look at the history of the WWE, WWF, it's pretty interesting, dude. I mean, how they bought out everybody's territory and stuff like that. There's a story behind it.
Well, you just brought up a good point too. Back in the day, there were territories. It wasn't just like there was the New York territory, the Connecticut territory, which would be the WWF. Then
there's a map of it.
There was Mid-South. You had the Von Erich territory.
Texas.
Down in Texas, yes. The Von Erich is huge.
Yes.
The Mid-South, where Jerry Lawler really, like, he became the true king.
Tennessee, yes.
He
was cool with Andy Kaufman? He was cool with Andy Kaufman.
Oh, yeah. They were real. They were friends.
Okay,
the whole thing, that was a work.
Yes.
And they admitted that, like, later on. And then they really publicized it even more when they did Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey, where he played Andy Kaufman.
I didn't realize how young Andy Kaufman was when he died.
He's in his 30s.
Yeah, he was only 35 when he died.
And they still, you know what? Therein goes back to the controversy because, I mean, did he really die? They were waiting for so long after that for him to come back out and go, haha, got you guys again.
Yeah. Oh, okay, but going back to the territories, like there's the Florida one. I know Texas had a couple. Yeah, Mid-South. Like there was how they all got bought out. The Calgary Stampede.
Oh yeah, Calgary. California had one. I'm trying to remember what that was. Dude, they were. I mean, wrestling was actually like. I mean, people really got into it, and I tell you what, the territories were very, very
protective.
of their territories. That's the
Yeah.
perfect word for it. They were very protective. I mean, you
Yeah.
just didn't cross into somebody else's territory without being invited,
Oh.
or there was a problem.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, like whenever, like, I know I brought his name up, but like when Jeff, like I met Jeff through an independent show one time, and that's how I got involved with him. And I'll tell you, dude, like getting to see these independent wrestlers, dude, I'll tell you, man, there's some dudes that are just fucking Saturday night guys that want to just go out, make $50, drink some beer, you know, just kind of entertain some people. But there are other dudes that do that independent wrestling, dude. They take it like life and death, bro. Like, you know, you give them credit, dude, because they really do work on their looks, they work on their gimmicks. You can see the guys backstage, you know, like they'll have a piece of paper, they wrote down what they're gonna say, how they're gonna say, like they get in a character. Even like what you were talking about earlier, like, you know, some of those guys like they stayed heels throughout the whole show. Like, you know, I'm not gonna sign an autograph or fuck you, or you know, like they're really trying to sell themselves, and more power to them because they really try to master their craft. They knew they were going to make it to WWE. There was probably a long shot, snowball's chance in hell, but they gave it their best. You could tell every night, you know?
Oh yeah, some of the independents. I mean, I've had some. You know, I've been to many, many, many independent. I've been to like 3 different, you know, WWE, 4 different. I've been to like 3 Raws and a SmackDown. Most of them house shows. I've been to 2 actual Monday Night Raws.
I met Charlie Haas. He wasn't as cool. I didn't like Charlie Haas.
Well, I tell you what, when I went to Monday Night Raw, actually, I went to 3 Monday Night Raws. So one of them was in Nashville. We went to Hooters afterwards.
Okay.
And in walks Matt Hardy and the Hurricane, Shane Helms.
Okay.
So, I mean, everybody, you know, dude, you knew those guys didn't have a bill that night because everybody was buying everything for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually kind of held a grudge against Matt Hardy for the longest time.
Why? He's badass.
Well, because this is after the whole Lita thing.
Oh, okay.
He comes in with Shane Helms. My wife goes over to meet Matt Hardy. And, you know, goes over to the table and she comes back over and goes, "Oh my God, he was hitting on me."
Oh shit. Okay.
So immediately I'm like, "Oh, now wait. Okay, now let's keep it cool and stuff." I honestly, I didn't go over there or anything. You know, we laughed about it, and then later on, I was like, "Dude, what a douche, really?" But then again, he might not have known she was married. I don't know how the conversation went. She was over there by herself, so she just wanted to go over and meet Matt Hardy. So I mean, most of the time those guys are really cool. But like I said, I go back to it. You know, know when to turn it off, guys. You don't have to be in character 24/7. If you're already at the top of your game, you know, shut it off. Let people know that you're the real deal. That's my thought on it. So, on that note, like I said, dude, we've gone 3.5 hours tonight.
Well,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Went the distance, eh?
Yeah, we did.
I think you went longer than expected.
You know what? Honestly, until I got on there and like we really got our flow going, I want to thank you for coming on, dude. Man, you kind of helped me out. You know, I was able to feed off you, and you came up with some good questions, got some good conversation going. Bobby got in there, and
this is probably one of the longest shows y'all have done.
Sports, no. Oh, trust me.
No?
We did 4.5 hours the one night with Arliss and Michael Copenhaver on here.
Fuck.
We went 4.5 hours that night.
Jesus.
No,
dude.
I mean,
Okay.
we just was shooting the shit and loving life and didn't care until we got up the next morning. All of us were like,
dude.
yeah, wow, that was. Even my boy Steve, you know, he was like, yeah, that one was a bit rough. So, I think we did good tonight. I want to thank you for coming on, and
Thanks for having me,
dude. Like I said, you brought some content, and
I guess we'll see you on Saturday or something like that.
Sunday.
Okay,
We're
you're not
gonna
gonna
do
do the Saturday show anymore?
so before we end the night. Keeping Grove City hydrated, one drink at a time, and show some love to our guys over there at Grove City.
Yeah.
I want to say, hey, thanks, Chaz, coming on here tonight. Edward, GQ Barbecue, all of it. Dude, good content. You kind of, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of helped me out tonight, and dude, I can't thank you enough, dude. It was a good time. It really was.
Flew by.
We will be back again Sunday night for the Sunday night weekend hangover. You will have both of us back in here. It's our open bar night. We just love to get on here and shoot the shit. Wednesday night is our true Wednesday night open bar where we just go ahead and come on here, guys. I mean, if you want to come on and talk, just come on and talk. Bring up a conversation. We're always up for something new. Love it. With winter sports coming to an end very quickly, we're looking to expand out there a lot more and do some more things. Me and Steve were actually talking last night about some of the stuff we would like to do. And on that note, I think we've hit it. I'm going to drink this last shot. I don't know if you've got one in hand, but it happens, brother. Chaz, thank you for coming on. Looking forward to seeing you guys again here real soon. Just remember, everything we say on this show is just our opinion, but then again, it just might be the alcohol talking. Guys, always fun. We will talk to you later.
Looking for a party, good man, have you found it? Another shot is coming raw and unbounded.